You tell me if you want to waive or contest extradition. A waiver of extradition is the quickest way out of this jail. Texas would have up to 30 days to come and pick you up. If they don't pick you up within 30 days, you get released. The other choice is to contest extradition, which means you want to fight the warrant. Then you would be held in our jail up to 90 days so that the state can obtain a governor's warrant to send you to Texas. What would you like to do, waive or contest? Most people waive and get out of here as quickly as possible. If they don't pick you up within 30 days, you get released. We try and get you out of here within 15. You want to waive or contest?
I'd like to leave.
Smart choice. Waiver, no bond, reset date will be May 20th to make sure she's picked up. Please make sure you sign the waiver paperwork at the jail. It just means you agree to be transported there. Have a nice day. Next, we have page 1, Nefertaria Ludwig. What is it, 25-page calendar on a Monday? 21 page? Yeesh. Gotta remember to take Mondays off. What's better, a Monday or Friday? Okay. You're right, Monday may be better. Good morning, ma'am. You were arrested for aggravated battery, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and battery. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. Let me review. So there is probable cause for the charge of aggravated battery and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. It is pretty disgusting the way this victim was treated. She stabbed her, and then the co-defendant is pulling chunks of her hair out of her head. You're ordered to stay away from Samantha Salgado, the alleged victim. No contact with her, either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties. No contact with the victim through social media or other electronic means. You must stay at least 500 feet away from the victim, her home and school and place of employment at all times. Count 1, aggravated battery.
If Ms. Ludwig does not have funds for a bond, would your honor consider house arrest for her?
Judge
Which is
expired.
extremely violent. I would object to that.
It is violent, but at least the house arrest, you know what she is. House arrest with a GPS monitor, alternate bond, count 1, aggravated battery is $7,500. Count 2, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, I'll set that at $2,500. And count 3, battery is $1,000. I'll do level 3 house arrest with a curfew from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. Stay away from the victim, ma'am. Next on page 1 is Shakira Pupo.
Oh, is present, she speaks English.
Ma'am, you were arrested for grand theft of a vehicle. I will appoint the public defender's office for you.
That's for tap.
Okay. Tap alternate bond, $2,500. I'm gonna give you a date to come back to court for your arraignment. You have to come for your arraignment on June 4th at 9 a.m. Courtroom 7-2, Judge Milian. Have a nice day. Rosanna Machado, page 1. Good morning, ma'am. You are arrested for battery on a person 65 or older. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. There is probable cause for battery on a person age 65 or older. I'm ordering that you stay away from your mother, Carmen Sosa. No contact with the victim, either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing. Or I don't know if it's her mother, I think it is. It's the victim, Carmen Sosa. So stay away from her and no contact with her, either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties. No contact with the victim through social media or other electronic means. And you must stay at least 500 feet away from the victim, her home and school and place of employment at all times. Do not engage in any criminal activity. Do not use or possess illegal drugs, and do not use, purchase, possess, or carry a firearm, gun, weapon, or ammunition. You must immediately surrender any firearms, ammunition, and any concealed weapons permits to the nearest police department and file a receipt with the court. You may return to the victim's residence one time only within 48 hours of your release from jail. You must be accompanied by a police officer so that you can retrieve your personal clothing, health items, medication, personal and business-related paperwork, and work tools. If you go to the victim's home without the police, or if you stay there, you will be arrested. Do you understand the stay away order? Okay, so I'm setting a bond. I guess I'll give pretrial. Pretrial services alternate bond, $2,500. Have a nice day. I'll order her in. Yes. Next case is Alicia Alicia Herndon.
Judge, she's out on probation on F2418438.
Hold for the division, Judge. Good morning, ma'am. Ma'am, you were arrested for battery on a law enforcement officer, resisting an officer with violence, resisting an officer without violence, and disorderly conduct. And also petty theft. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. I need a moment to review the arrest affidavit for probable cause. Could also be a strong arm robbery. Or yeah, because she threatened the victim with violence. Taking a clipboard. Okay, there's probable cause for everything. You are ordered to stay away from the Lennox Hotel at 1900 Collins Avenue in Miami Beach, Florida. You are not allowed to go to that location, to that Lennox Hotel. You must stay away from there.
Your Honor, if I may, I just want to bring to the attention, I have a note here from the police department indicating that they'd like the court to know that she has a history of being aggressive with the officers. In fact, the case that she's on probation for is the same charge of battery on a law enforcement officer. And I understand she's on probation, but we'd be asking for an elevated bond here.
Count one, battery on a law enforcement officer will be $5,000. Count two, resisting an officer with violence. I'm going to set that at it's usually 2,500. I'll set that bond at $4,000. Count three, resisting an officer without violence is $500. Count four, disorderly conduct is $150. And count five, I think it's a strong arm robbery.
I would agree, Judge, based on the force.
Count five, there's probable cause for strong arm robbery. That bond will be $5,000. Good day. You'll see your judge tomorrow. Yes, what happened?
Didn't bring to court, signed a waiver.
Oh, the lady who didn't come to court signed a waiver. We have to wait for tomorrow.
Would you like me to notify the state? Ready and
Yeah, she's ready, but we have to confirm that she
She
don't.
signed it, Judge.
That was Miss Jackson? They brought her to court.
No, not Miss Jackson. Who is it? Miss Allen. Rebecca Allen. I reset it. She signed a waiver. So I have to still wait for her to confirm before they make arrangements. Just let them know it looks like she wants to come.
we'll do it.
Thank you. Nicole Perez is next.
Present.
Good morning, Ms. Perez.
Good morning.
You were arrested for 2 cases: possession of a controlled substance, battery on a law enforcement officer, resisting an officer with violence, assault on a law enforcement officer, and then a second case, and that one is petty theft, 2 or more convictions. So I will appoint the public defender's office for you. You are, for the petty theft case, one moment, please.
Judge, she received a dollar bond on her misdemeanor case, on her bench warrant.
There's probable cause for petty theft, 2 or more convictions. Stay away from the Walmart store at 21151 South Dixie Highway in Miami, Florida. You're not allowed to go to that location. You must stay away from there. So I'm setting a bond on this case, the petty theft, 2 or more convictions. Let me just take a look at the priors. There's an open petty theft.
Judge, Miss Perez does not have funds for bond.
I'm
She's
set one, you
currently
guys-
pregnant. Would your honor consider house arrest?
No, not for battery on a law enforcement officer. It's $1,500 bond on F259050. Let me see the other case. Yeah, 1,500 on F259050. Maybe the other one. He bit the deputy on the right arm, did not penetrate his skin. And that's one deputy, then she's kicking another deputy, but missed. What's the story? She also gave a false name. So there's probable cause in F259053. Count one, possession of a controlled substance is $2,500. Count two, battery on a law enforcement officer is $5,000. Count three, resisting an officer, could be with violence, but we'll leave it. Oh, it is with
It's
violence.
charged with.
Good. Count three, resisting an officer with violence is $2,500. Count four, assault on a law enforcement officer. I'll set that at $500 and count. That's it, just the 4 counts. You'll have to go before the division judge to see if you can get the bond lowered. Good luck to you. Next case is Estine Wilson, page 2.
She has an AC judge, no bond.
Good morning, Ms. Wilson. You got arrested for battery by a detainee on another detainee. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. I'll set the bond at $1,000. Have a nice day. Then we have Camila Perez, page 3. Set for a probable cause hearing. Morning, ma'am. You are arrested for attempted aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. I will appoint the public defender's office for you.
But she's here for probable cause hearing.
I don't know why they don't do this on the weekend and make them sit in jail an extra day.
It's regarding intent.
Was it? Oh, I understand. I mean, there would be probable cause at least for battery.
It's an intent crime, so without having the intent and accidental touching,
People touching of another without their consent.
right? It has to be intentional, not accident. If I actually bump into you in the store, I don't get arrested for battery. That's an accident.
She was attempting to flee and hit the victim on the left leg with the front of the vehicle.
And Judge, I would argue that the vehicle is the deadly weapon here.
Yeah, but Ms. Corey's making a valid argument. You have to have intent. I think that it's up to a jury to decide the fact that she's fleeing to get out of there, but they could have walked in front of the car. Was she intending to hit him or intending to flee? What's the other one? Culpable negligence? That may be the better charge. Stay away from the alleged victim. Who's the victim of who did she allegedly hit? I guess both of them, the co-defendants. A road rage incident. She's 18. I think it's Lady Camacho. Is that the one state or you don't know?
I'm verifying. It says Barraza.
Okay, stay away from Alfredo Barraza, the alleged victim. No contact with him, either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties, and stay at least 500 feet away from the victim's home, school, and place of employment at all times. I'll find probable cause for culpable negligence. Are you in school or you're working? Okay. All right, pretrial services alternate bond. I think it's $150. It's a second-degree misdemeanor. Good luck to you. I'll order her in. Have a nice day. Next case is Josephine Garcia, page 3.
Ms. Garcia's out on felony bond F252258.
All for the division judge. Good morning, Ms. Garcia. You were arrested for 1 count of child abuse. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. There's probable cause for child abuse. Ma'am, you were ordered, an 8-year-old doesn't want to be with her mom. You maybe need to get some serious counseling. Little kids like to be with their moms. It's when they're teenagers, they don't want to be with the moms. So you're not doing something right. Anyway, stay away from your daughter, the alleged victim, whose initials are SM. No contact with the child, either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties. No contact with the victim through social media or other electronic means. And you must stay at least 500 feet away from her home and school or any after-school care at all times. Do not engage in any criminal activity. Do not use or possess illegal drugs. And do not use, purchase, possess, or carry a firearm, gun, weapon, or ammunition. You must immediately surrender any firearms, ammunition, and any concealed weapons permits to the nearest police department and file a receipt with the court. And in the event there is an open case in dependency court arising from the same set of facts and events as this case, and any and all orders entered in dependency court regarding your contact, visitation, and custody shall supersede or replace this court's order. Do you understand the stay away order? All right, your bond is $3,000. Have a nice day.
Judge, it's just,
She has a hold. Can't do anything. She has her out on bond hold. Got to see Judge Miranda tomorrow, I believe. Next, we have Marquise. I'm sorry, it's Alexis Finch.
Judge, she's out on felony bond F257656.
Hold for the division judge. Good morning, ma'am. You were arrested for battery by strangulation and battery. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. You're out on felony bond, so there's a hold for you to see your judge tomorrow. I need to review the arrest affidavit for probable cause. Let me review. I mean, I believe there's probable cause. So she felt like Miss Finch was going to choke her until she could not breathe. Although, does that mean her airways restricted? Miss Corey, anything you want to say?
Judge, it's not clear if her airway was restricted. I would actually just find probable cause for battery.
Right. Ma'am, in order to stay away from the alleged victim, Monique Hall, no contact with the victim, alleged victim either directly, indirectly, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties. No contact with the victim through social media or other electronic means. And you must stay at least 500 feet away from the victim, her home and school, and place of employment at all times. Do not engage in any criminal activity. Do not use or possess illegal drugs. And do not use, purchase, possess, or carry a firearm, gun, weapon, or ammunition. You must immediately surrender any firearms, ammunition, and any concealed weapons permits to the nearest police department and file a receipt with the court. And do you live with the victim or do you have to go there and get any personal belongings?
They
Yeah.
live together.
My house.
They live together,
No, we
Judge.
don't live together.
Does she have to go collect her personal
Oh,
belongings?
oh, she's saying she doesn't, that they don't live together, Judge.
Okay, all right. Do you understand the stay away order, ma'am?
Yes.
All right, I'll
For the last page on the arrest form, Judge, looks like the alleged victim did not want to press charges or fill out a victim statement.
okay. Count one, there's no probable cause. Release outright. Unless you want me to split one in two.
That's fine, you want to do 500 each.
Yeah. No probable cause, count one. There's probable cause, count two. $500, count one, and 500, count two. Have a nice day. You'll see your judge tomorrow. The next case is Yanina Sanchez Gonzalez. Page 4.
Spanish, please.
Good morning, ma'am. You were arrested for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. I will appoint the public defender's office for you.
Buenos días, señora. Usted se le ha arrestado por asalto con agravantes con un arma letal. Voy a asignar a la oficina de abogados públicos para usted.
There's probable cause for the charge.
¿Hay causa probable para este cargo?
Ma'am, you are ordered to stay away from the alleged victim, Ruben Barreto.
Señora, usted se le ordena mantenerse alejada de la víctima alegada Rubén Areto.
Barreto.
Your Honor, before you go through that, I have a note that Mr. Barreto may be present and may want to speak regarding a stay away order.
Okay, is Mr. Barreto here in court? He has to type his name in the chat room so we know he's here.
Si el señor Barreto está presente, él tiene que poner su nombre en la sala chat para que sepamos que está aquí.
Okay, thank you. Sir, can you please turn on your video and unmute?
Señor, por favor, active su audio y su video.
Can you turn on your video and unmute?
Por favor, encienda su video y active su sonido.
Sir, please raise your right hand to be sworn.
Señor, por
unmute.
favor, levante tiene que activar su sonido, su audio. Es el icono de micrófono que está en la parte izquierda abajo en su pantalla.
Ya lo activé. Buenos días, muchas gracias.
Good
Thank you.
morning, thank you.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you are going to give in this proceeding will be the truth? If so, state I do.
Jura y afirma que el testimonio que va a dar en este proceso va a ser la verdad. Si es así, diga sí.
Sí,
Yes.
Thank you. Put your hand
Gracias.
down. Please tell me your name.
Ya puede bajar su mano, por favor, dígame su nombre.
Rubén Barreto.
Rubén Barreto.
Are you afraid of Yanina Sanchez Gonzalez?
¿Le teme usted a Yanina Sánchez González? ¿Le tiene miedo?
No,
No.
Do you want the court to enter an order requiring Ms. Sanchez Gonzalez to stay away from you?
¿Desea usted que el tribunal emita una orden ordenándole a la señora Sánchez González de permanecer alejada de usted?
no.
No.
All right. State any questions for Mr. Barreto?
I have none, thank you.
¿Alguna pregunta fiscal para el señor Barreto? No tengo ninguna.
Corey, any questions?
No, Judge, thank you.
Thank you.
Y la abogada de oficio no tiene ninguna pregunta tampoco.
That's fine, ma'am. I'm going to enter a modified stay away order from the alleged victim, Ruben Barreto.
Señora, voy a someter una orden de alejamiento modificada para que se mantenga alejada de la víctima alegada, Rubén Barreto.
You are allowed to have contact with the alleged victim. You are prohibited from being physically threatening or violent towards him in any manner whatsoever.
A usted se le permite tener contacto físico con la víctima alegada, pero se le prohíbe tener violencia o ser amenazante de cualquier manera.
Right, so also do not engage in any criminal activity, do not use or possess illegal drugs.
También no se involucre en ninguna actividad delictiva, no posea ni utilice ninguna droga ilícita.
And do not use, purchase, possess, or carry a firearm, gun, weapon, or ammunition.
Y no use, compre ni porte ninguna arma de fuego, pistola o municiones o arma.
You must immediately surrender any firearms, ammunition, and any concealed weapons permits to the nearest police department and follow receipt with the court.
Y tiene que someter inmediatamente cualquier arma de fuego, munición, permiso para portar arma oculta a la oficina de policía más cercana y someter comprobante al tribunal.
Do you understand?
¿Entiende
By
usted?
stay away order, only friendly nonviolent contact is allowed.
¿Entiende usted la orden de alejamiento? Solo se permite contacto no violento.
Sí.
Yes,
I thank you.
gracias.
So, how long have you lived in Miami for?
¿Por cuánto tiempo ha vivido usted en Miami?
3 años.
3 years.
All right, I'll set a bond of $2,500.
Voy a poner la fianza en $2,500.
But you have no objection to pretrial, then I can do pretrial.
I would ask if you could order in, Judge.
All right, pretrial services, alternate bond, $2,500.
Su fianza alterna es $2,500 y se ordena el programa previo a juicio.
Have a nice day.
Tenga buen día.
I'm still doing the ladies. I got a lot more ladies, and I'll do the private lawyer. What's the case for the Creole interpreter? Thank you, sir. You're free to go.
Judge, what was the alternate bond?
2,500. I did 2,500.
Ya puede irse, señor. Muchas gracias.
Gracias a ustedes.
Corrections. Who needs the Creole interpreter?
Number 26, page 9. It would be Robinson.
All right, let's get him there. Page 4, I have Miss Jacqueline. Is it Maria Cabirta or Jacqueline Alvarez? Good morning, ma'am. You were arrested for possession of cocaine, 2 counts, driving as a habitual traffic offender, and possession of cannabis. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. So let me review for probable cause.
Should be just 1 count of possession, Judge. It's 2 baggies.
Is she eligible for program? Count 1, there's probable cause for possession of cocaine with pretrial taker. Should I give her tap? She has recent, yeah, she does. Tap alternate bond. Count 1, possession of cocaine is $2,500. Count 2, same charge, ROR. Count 3, driving as a habitual traffic offender is $2,500. And count 4, possession of cannabis, ROR. Ma'am, no driving unless you have a valid license. Have a nice day. Where's the case for the Creole interpreter? Madam Interpreter, have you been sworn in today?
Not yet, Your Honor.
Is you gonna have that, anybody get it yet? Ma'am, do you swear or affirm you will translate from English to Creole and Creole to English to the best of your abilities? If so, state I do.
Yes, I do. Sanjvadana, certified court interpreter for the record.
Who needs the Creole interpreter? What page again?
Page 9, number 26, Robinson.
That's me.
Good morning, Mr. Robinson.
Bonjour, Monsieur Robinson.
Bonjour.
Good morning.
Robinson Brobran. Sir, you were arrested for, page 9, you were arrested for leaving the scene of a crash with serious bodily injury.
Monsieur, raison que yo arrête là, c'est parce que t'es un accident fait, t'es une collision, côté que ou quitte scène là, alors que dans collision, t'es un monde qui t'est blessé, qui t'est en mauvais état.
I will appoint the public defender's office for you.
We were appointed
M'a
yesterday.
nommé un avocat à la défense publique pour représenter. T'es nommé nous hier.
He was charged with 2 counts of leaving this crash, and it says it's set for a probable cause hearing.
Alors, t'es gen 2 charges que t'es gen contre lui et jodi a été fixé pour t'es gen audience pour connaître si gen bon jan raison pour arrestation.
So state, where's your officer? You want to call him up?
Côté policier, vous voulez relayer s'il vous plaît?
Judge, I think I have one of the victims here. Sadie Quinn.
Moi gen une victime yo là, oui, c'est Eddie Queen.
If we can promote her, she can speak to the injuries of her and her husband.
Okay.
Alors, si nous capable permettre lui venir sur plateforme là, capable parler de blessures que lui-même a marié subi.
So who is she on Zoom? You have
She is Sadie Quinn. She is Sadie Quinn, and I just promoted her.
I just promoted.
Thing.
She needs, there she is.
Ma'am, please raise your right hand and be sworn. Do you swear, you got to unmute. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this proceeding will be the truth? If so, state I do.
Yes.
Thank you. You can put your hand down. Please tell me your name.
Ma'am, can you give us your name, please?
Sade Quinn.
Alors, yo fait madame nan prêté serment, moun qui était dans accident, et puis le bay non, il relè Sade Queen.
May I, Your Honor?
Please, go ahead.
Ms. Quinn, I'm just going to ask questions specifically with respect to the injuries here. Can you please tell the court any injuries that you or your husband sustained?
Alors, madame Queen, moi pas poser question par rapport à tribunal là pour nous connaître qui qualité blessure et côté subi de accident avec Mario.
I have an injury to my lower back and my stomach where my baby sits and at the top. And my husband has a fractured neck with an injury to the leg and the back.
Alors, moi, j'ai une douleur en bas, dans taille, moi, pas en bas. Là, fini côté petit, moi, en chita, dans ceinture, moi, j'ai une douleur là. Marie, moi, j'ai une fracture dans coulis. Mais you repeat the neck and the...
Back.
Et dans dol tout.
Ms. Quinn, are you pregnant?
Yes, I am.
Madame Queen, ou enceinte? Oui, enceinte.
And did you or your husband go to the hospital for these injuries?
Yes, I was in there for 2 days. I just got out. And my husband also went and they kept him overnight.
Alors, moi, t'es là pour 2 jours, moi, fait que sorti. Marie, m'était là tout, yo kembel, et puis dormi là.
Your Honor, I have no further questions. I believe that this testimony meets probable cause for the serious injury component of this charge.
Alors, juge, moi, pas de question plus par rapport à l'information que nous avons besoin pour connaître si il y a bon genre raison pour arrestation. Alors, témoignage, ça que vous avez là, côté que moun nan dit que tu as des blessures assez sérieuses.
Judge, I have some questions.
Go ahead.
Il y a quelques questions.
So, Ms. Quinn, you said you had injury to your lower back. What was the injury to your lower back?
Alors, Madame Queen nous dit qu'on s'est côté que on blessure, enfin, on dommage en bas d'eau. Qui ça le était exactement?
It was sprained, but the doctor said the muscles were also like, I don't know what to call it. They were giving me a steroid for it.
Alors, yo te un petit jan enflé, et puis yo dit que c'est muscle qui te atteint, et puis yo ban moi, m'pa ka expliquer exactement ça li, mais yo ban moi un médicament yo rele stéroïde.
And you said you had some pain where the baby sits?
Yes, so when you get in a motor vehicle accident when you're pregnant, the placenta starts to separate from the baby. And the baby moved over to the right because I hit on the side of the door with him. But they wanted to
Alors,
induce me because of it, but I see my
alors,
doctor tomorrow.
I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time hearing you. Can you repeat that again?
So where the baby sits, I hit on the right side. So that caused the placenta to start to detach from the baby, which was putting him in distress while they kept me. They were trying to
alors,
induce me, but I see my doctor tomorrow.
alors expliquez-moi bien, ou enceinte, ou dit que côté bébé, rien, que ou te gen une sorte de douleur là, tout. Li dit oui, le fait que me frappe sous bord droite là, et ti bébé en déplacé en dedans placenta, donc l'on ti jan détaché de placenta. Alors, de même que pour mal ouais docteur, moi.
Ma'am, how far along are you in your pregnancy?
I'm 38 weeks and 4 days now.
Alors, juge le demandé combien de temps grossesse là, qui point dans grossesse là, arrivé, il y a 38 semaines et 4 jours.
And what was the injury to your husband's neck?
It was a fractured neck. They had to give him a brace for his neck.
Alors, qui te blessé par rapport à coup mari ou là? Ah, ben, te kon fracture dans cou li, yo te obligé bali, on support pour kembe kou a.
A fracture or a strain?
A fracture.
Ou di on fracture ou bien li enflé, frappé?
And he's been released from the hospital already?
Yes.
So he
E
was
yo
just,
gen, yo gen tan la gel sot l'hôpital, exéate li, oui.
he was in overnight and given a neck brace?
Yes.
Alors, li te passe nuit là, et puis yo bali, on support pour kou a, oui.
Does he need any surgery or just to be careful with his neck for a little while?
Est-ce que yo pas l'opérer li, ou bien c'est pour le faire attention à kou a pendant
We
un
just
bon
to be
temps?
careful for his neck for now till we go and get our checkup.
Alors, pour le moment, il faut faire attention à courant jusqu'à ce qu'elle fasse un contrôle médical.
I have nothing further. Thank you.
Pas l'autre question, merci.
Ma'am, I have one question. Was your husband cited for the ticket for the accident?
Moi, j'ai une question. Est-ce que tu es marié ou là, on ticket en contravention pour accident?
My husband wasn't the driver, I was.
Oh, were you cited for the ticket?
No, they took me in the ambulance.
Oh, okay.
Alors, est-ce que tu es marié ou en contravention? Non, c'est moi qui t'ai conduit. Est-ce
It
que tu
was
en contravention? Non, tu mets dans l'ambulance là.
I was coming straight and he was coming left. He ran the red light and hit me.
Alors, moi-même, moi, t'as pas tout droit, et puis lui-même, il passé sous lumière rouge là, et puis il frappe.
Thank you for letting me know. I hope you're gonna be.
Merci qu'on fait me connaître.
All right, Ms. Corey, anything you want to argue?
Yes, Judge, I would ask at best that you find leaving the scene of a crash with injury, but not with serious bodily injury.
Alors, Madame Curry, est-ce que vous parlez pour présenter argument ou? Oui, moi, t'as dit qu'on ça que, oui, que l'équité c'est un accident, mais blessure pas de grave.
A serious bodily injury requires a physical condition that creates a substantial risk of death.
Alors, là, il dit qu'on ça que c'est un blessure qui est assez grave, assez sérieux. Ça a demandé que, bon, physiquement, c'est que son bagage qui est très important, un bagage qui est très grave, qui est très important, côté que moun nan presque ta mouri.
Serious personal disfigurement or protracted loss or impairment of the function of a bodily member or organ.
Alors, côté moun nan ta défiguré en pile, ou bien que li ba même capable de déplacer, enfin, partie dans corps li gen.
So what about the fact that her placenta was moved about and the baby moved? Isn't that a dislodging of that it's a part of her body that is that's an injury, that's
Ah,
permanent.
alors, et le fait que placenta déplacé en dedans votre organe madame, non, ça son bagay qui fait, qui permanent là.
Well, Judge, it's clear that she was already released from the hospital, so she must be in stable condition and just having her come back for a follow-up appointment.
Alors, juge, semble que les conditions li ont jan stable, c'est ça qui fait que yo quitté le sorti de l'hôpital, il a fait le retourner pour le capable gagner un contrôle, pour le faire un suivi.
Mr. What's your argument?
Judge, I do. My argument specifically is with respect to the testimony here regarding her placenta beginning to detach, causing distress to the baby.
Alors, argument m'gen li particulièrement par rapport à témoignage, hein, côté que li dit que placenta déplacé qui vient causer une sorte de trauma à ti bébé.
I would argue that that was an impairment of a function of a bodily member.
Alors là, l'argument moi ta que son parti dans commune non qui dérangeait.
I would also argue that a fractured neck and an injury to a neck does carry a substantial risk of death.
Alors moi t'as dit tout que si on moun fracturé et couli, ça capable on cause assez sérieux pour ta vie ta ka mourir.
Or impairment of that bodily part.
Ou bien parti dans corps ça, li capable pas même qu'à utiliser, li capable quand couli ta endommagé la donne.
And it's the state's position that based on this, there is probable cause at this point for serious bodily injury.
Alors, position avocat l'État, c'est que, il y a bon genre raison, le côté mentionné que, blessure était assez sérieux.
Judge, I would contend these are not protracted. They're already out of the hospital and only wearing a neck brace, not needing any surgery. That's not a protracted loss or impairment.
Alors, même, t'as discuté que moun yo déjà sorti et l'hôpital, yo ba enfin, on sorte de support pour courant, donc c'est pas un bagage qui empêche yo pour yo ta fonctionner.
There's probable cause for leaving the scene of a crash with serious bodily injury, 2 counts, and I'm setting his bond at $7,500 each count.
Alors, gen bon jan raison pour arrestation, côté que pour décharge yo, et côté que moun nan quitté sen accident, et aussitôt gen des blessures qui est assez sérieux. Caution financière m'a fixé li à $7,500.
Judge, it's only printed on the calendar.
The jail
It's
card.
only printed one? It should have been printed 2. Fine, I'm setting his bond at $10,000.
OK, de imprimer deux fois, donc m'a fixé caution, OK, à $10,000.
And Judge, there's 2 stay away orders there.
Stay away from, there are,
Et gon l'autre pour camper loin tout, moun nan.
I don't know where they are. Oh, here they are. Stay away from the alleged victims. The alleged victim is Sade Quinn, and is Rico innocent? Though it's a witness who chased him down. That's a witness. So stay away from Sade Quinn and Rico innocent.
Alors, c'est pour camper loin, Sade Queen avec Rico innocent. Semble que tu as couru derrière témoin.
Or is that your, I'm sorry, Rico innocent's the gentleman, your husband or boyfriend, right?
Yes.
Rico innocent, c'est monsieur a mari ou bien ménagement, oui.
Stay away from those 2 alleged victims and no contact with them, either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties.
Ou pas supposé gen aucune communication, contact avec moun sa yo, directement, indirectement, en personne, à l'écrit, par téléphone, ou soit voyer commission ba l'autre moun pour ba yo.
Stay at least 500 feet away from the victims, their home and school and place of employment at all times. Have a good day.
Et kembe en distance de 500 pieds de côté moun yo rete, de côté moun yo ap travail, de côté moun yo à l'école, tout temps.
Judge, Mr. Boverens indicating he does not have the funds for a bond. Would your honor consider any alternate form of release for him? I see no prior arrest history.
Alors, monsieur Beaubrun dit moi qu'elle pas l'argent pour payer caution financière. Est-ce que tu es capable de considérer une alternative pour t'alaguer li parce qu'il n'y a pas aucune arrestation avant ça?
Okay, what's your position?
Judge, Judge, I would object to that, any form of alternate release here. I think this is a pretty serious crime. I think the court's already being rather generous in its bond, and I would object to anything otherwise.
Alors, juge la demandé avocat l'État qui position sous ça, il dit non, que et tribunal là était assez généreux par rapport à caution financière que demandé, hein, que pas mettre aucun changement. Parce que son bas assez sérieux qui fait.
I'm leaving the bond as is. He should have been charged with 2 counts. He was only
Ma-
charged with 1, so he already got a break.
M'a quitté caution financière, jamais fixé là, parce que il y a des balles décharge là.
Corrections, do you have Brian Montoya on page 11 or not yet?
Judge, if I may just excuse Ms. Quinn and thank her for being here.
Thank you for coming in, ma'am, and thank you, Madam Interpreter.
Yes, Your Honor, the interpreter will be excused. Thank you.
Thank
Miss-
you.
Ms. Quinn, you'll hear from my office. Thank you and take care.
Okay, thank you.
He's here, Judge. You want to take him next?
Yeah, let's take him next as a private lawyer.
Judge, I'm sorry, who is it that we're taking now?
We're taking Brian Montoya on page 11 for private attorney.
Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Montoya. Sir, you were arrested for robbery by sudden snatching and battery by strangulation. Your attorney is here on Zoom. I'm waiting for him to come on.
Thank you. Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Your Honor, I don't have the probable cause affidavit. I would ask if somebody could send it to me, and then could we roll this to this afternoon?
So you can, I'm happy to reset it in the afternoon. You can email felonyfr@miamidade.gov to get a copy.
We have, Your Honor. Thank you. We're waiting on it.
See you in the afternoon. Your lawyer needs time to review the arrest affidavit.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Thank
What time does Your Honor anticipate starting this afternoon? 1:30?
I don't know.
Okay, I'll check in at 1:30.
Usually 1:30, 1:45. It's usually an hour.
I'll check in at 1:30, Your Honor. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Next is Ulysses Gabrilla, page 4.
Gabriela's present, speaks English.
Good morning, ma'am. If you were arrested for battery on a person aged 65 or older, I will appoint the public defender's office for you. Any argument, Ms. Court? There's no age, is there? State on age? Can't see. Ma'am, can you afford to hire a lawyer or no?
I can try. I can try. Or if not, I will need help.
Are you working?
Yes.
How much do you make a week?
I get $6,000 a month.
You don't qualify for the public defender.
Okay.
So you have to hire an attorney.
Okay.
Do you have a place to live that's not with your mother?
My mom went to my brother's house. I rent the house.
Okay. So are you willing to waive a lawyer's presence for purposes of this court hearing? And then I can read the stay away order and you can bond out, or do you want me to reset the case for the afternoon so that you can have a lawyer present in court with you?
I don't know what to do.
Do you want to post a bond and get out quickly?
I would like to bond out, yes.
Okay. So do you want to waive a lawyer's presence for purposes of this first appearance hearing?
Correct.
Okay, thank you. So I'm entering a stay away order from your mother, whose initials are MS. You are not allowed to have any contact with the victim, either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties. No contact with the victim through social media or other electronic means. And you must stay at least 500 feet away from the victim her home and school and place of employment at all times. Do not engage in any criminal activity. Do not use or possess illegal drugs. Do not use, purchase, possess, or carry a firearm, gun, weapon, or ammunition. You must immediately surrender any firearms, ammunition, and any concealed weapons permits to the nearest police department and file a receipt with the court. Do you understand the stay order?
I do.
All right, I give you pretrial services. She has no priors, right, State?
No, Judge.
Okay. Well, her in pretrial services, alternate bond. Give me a second. Pretrial alternate, $1,500. Have a nice day. Thank you. You can either get out for free with pretrial or call a bondsman. Next is Rosalind Lopez. Page 5. This was coming to the end of the ladies. Good afternoon. Good morning, ma'am. You were arrested for possession of a firearm, weapon, or ammunition by a convicted felon, armed possession of crack cocaine, and possession of drug paraphernalia. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. Ms. Corey, do you have any argument?
So Judge, there's nothing indicating that the knife is a weapon. So I'd ask you to find no probable cause for count 1. And with regard,
Yeah, 2 and 3, there's probable cause. State?
One moment, Judge. I'm just looking here.
she starts with 3 counts of paraphernalia, Judge.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's probable cause for count 2 and 3.
Judge, I would have to take more testimony on this.
She doesn't have a lot of priors. Can I
Right.
just have her tap?
I would be fine with that, Judge.
Okay. Tap alternate bond. Count 1, no probable cause, release outright. Count 2, armed possession of a controlled substance. Technically, there is. That's $2,500. And count 3, possession of drug paraphernalia is $500. Counts 4 and 5 ROR. So, ma'am, you have to come back to court for your arraignment. What are you doing, June 12th? June 4th. You have to come to court for your arraignment on June 4th at 9 a.m. courtroom 2-4. Have a nice day.
Spanish for Ms. Valdez, please.
Good morning, Ms. Valdez. You were arrested for battery on a person aged 65 or older. I will appoint the public defender's office for you.
Buenos días, señora Valdés. Usted ha sido arrestada por agresión en contra de una persona de 65 años de edad o mayor. Voy a asignar a la oficina de abogados públicos para representarla.
There is probable cause for the charge.
¿Hay causa probable para este cargo?
You are ordered to stay away from the alleged victim, Elizabeth Zumbado Alvaro.
A usted se le ordena mantenerse alejada de la víctima alegada, Elizabeth. Could you repeat the name for the interpreter, Your Honor?
Sure. Zumbado Alfaro.
Elizabeth Zumbado Alfaro.
No contact with the alleged victim, either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties.
A ningún contacto con la víctima directo o indirecto, en persona, a través de terceras partes.
And no contact with the victim through social media or other electronic means.
Y ningún contacto con la víctima por los medios sociales ni por ningún medio electrónico.
And you must stay at least 500 feet away from the victim, victim's home, school, and place of employment at all times.
Y también usted tiene que mantenerse alejada a más de 500 pies de la víctima, su hogar, su escuela o su lugar de empleo en todo momento.
Also, do you live with the victim?
También, ¿vive usted con la víctima?
Ella vive donde yo vivo.
She lives where I live.
So you're going to have to find somewhere else to stay. You can only return to that victim's home one time only within 48 hours of your release from jail.
Usted va a tener que encontrar dónde quedarse. Usted solo puede regresar a donde vive la víctima una sola vez en menos de 48 horas, una vez que usted sea puesta en libertad de la cárcel.
You must be accompanied by a police officer.
Tiene que ir acompañada de un oficial de la policía.
Within 48 hours of your release from jail to retrieve your personal belongings.
En menos de 48 horas, una vez sea puesta en libertad de la cárcel, para recoger sus pertenencias.
If you go to the victim's home without the police, or if you stay there, you will be arrested.
Si usted va al hogar de la víctima sin la policía, o si se queda allí, usted va a ser arrestada.
Do you understand the stay away order?
¿Entiende usted la orden de alejamiento?
Y puedo preguntar por qué no se va ella, si ella lleva 6 meses ahí, yo llevo más. Ella es la culpable que me...
Can I ask if can she be the one that leaves? I've been there 6 months. I've been there longer, and she's the guilty one.
I can't force her to leave since she's the victim of the alleged violence. So if she moves out on her own, you can go back. But if she's still living there, you have to move out.
Yo no la puedo forzar a que ella se vaya porque ella es la víctima alegada. Si ella se va, usted puede regresar. Si no, usted tiene que mudarse.
Pretrial services alternate bond $1,500. Have a nice day.
Se ordena el programa previo a juicio y se le da una fianza alterna de 1,500. Que tenga buen día.
They give me 2 write-ins now that are females, that are domestic. One's a domestic. All right, you have, is a write-in Yamil Garcia. Yeah. The Sturgis, I don't have any information or stay away order or priors. I think nothing.
Is this by write-in that she's not on the calendar?
Yeah. Good morning, ma'am. Ms. Garcia, you were arrested for aggravated battery. It's case number F259032. I will appoint the public defender's office for you.
And Judge, they don't live together, so I don't know why it's marked domestic.
All right, so I'm finding probable cause for aggravated battery, but I don't have a state. No, I don't have the victim's name or anything. Do you have the victim's name on the back of the?
I was able to look it up, Judge, and I do have the victim's name is first name Junior, last name Garcia.
Okay. And ma'am, do you live with Junior Garcia or no?
Do you live together with Junior?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so you are ordered to stay away from the alleged victim, Junior Garcia. No contact with the alleged victim, either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties. and no contact with the victim through social media or other electronic means. You must stay at least 500 feet away from the victim, his home and school and place of employment at all times. Do you understand the stay away order, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. It's a $5,000 bond. I don't know her priors, but it's violent.
I just see a withhold for petty theft in 2007.
You want house arrest as an alternate?
Yes, please.
Okay, house arrest with a GPS monitor. Alternate bond is $5,000. It's level 3 house arrest with a curfew from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. All right, good luck to you, ma'am. Yeah, Milo Garcia, here's the arrest. Level 3, alternate $5,000. Next is Nelly Gambor Guevaras.
She has a hold for immigration, Judge.
What?
She has a hold for immigration. Nelly.
Okay, write it as well.
Garner, can you please share the case number if you have it?
F258949.
Thank you.
Good morning, ma'am. Spanish, please, I think.
Spanish, yes. Thank you.
Ma'am, you were arrested for possession of cocaine. I will appoint the public defender's office for you.
Could you repeat the charge, Your Honor, for the interpreter?
Possession of cocaine.
Señora, usted ha sido arrestada por posesión de cocaína. Voy a asignar a la oficina de abogados públicos para usted.
There is probable cause for the
Judge,
charge.
I'd ask with regard to probable cause finding, it looks like she was arrested May 2nd. Do we know why it has taken 3 days to have Miss Gamboa present?
She bonded out, but because of the immigration hold, and I
Oh,
was
she's immigration.
lower the bond.
Su señoría, ella fue arrestada el 2 de mayo. Puedo preguntar por qué ella solo está siendo presentada 3 días después. Es porque ella puso fianza, pero tiene una detención, un retén por las autoridades de migración.
So there's probable cause for possession of cocaine. The bond's $1,000, but you have that immigration hold, so you may want to speak with a lawyer before you post the bond.
Hay causa probable, se pone fianza en $1,000, pero usted tiene una detención por parte de migración. Usted debe de hablar con un abogado antes de poner fianza.
Miss Corey, I don't know if I should touch it. If they had a bondsman trying to get her out, is it going to mess things up? Should I just leave it 2,500?
No, Judge.
All right, I'll leave it 1,000. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Buena suerte para usted, señora.
Oh, look, we can start the men now at 11:25. It's a big calendar. Next we have, I don't know, George Ortega on page 6. Suitcases. Good morning, sir. You were arrested for 2 cases. One of them's an attempted sexual battery, kidnapping.
Judge, he refused. Mr. Ortega refused.
He refused. That's not him. What they bring him in for? Okay, let me take a look and review for probable cause. Give me a second. So on there's probable cause on F259064. We'll reset this
There's
case.
no weight on count 2.
Huh?
There's no weight.
Oh,
And I
sorry.
see count 2.
Possession, what are you talking about?
9064?
Oh, they charge us an F1?
Yes. They
No, it's
charge twice.
possession.
Possession.
Count one sorry, thank you. Count 2 is possession of a controlled substance. That's what I thought it said here.
It's the same substance.
I know. All right, so then the other case I gotta read, this is more serious. I'm gonna find probable cause for count 1, count 2, count 3, count 4. And reset it for the afternoon. That was an interesting read. Okay. Okay. That's the part where he left the plastic loads for her. Okay. No 2 days are ever the same in this place. Okay, moving right along. We have Leon Jackson, page 6. Good morning, Mr. Jackson. You were arrested for possession of a controlled substance and possession of cannabis. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. So there's probable cause. You have a place to stay? Will pretrial take him or no? Pretrial services alternate bond, count 1. $2,500. 1 second. Pretrial alternate bond, 2,500, count 1, ROR, count 2. Have a nice day, sir. Then we have Abraham Campanera, page 7.
Judge, can we go back on Mr. Jackson and change that to tap?
Tap, okay, tap for Mr. Jackson. Do you need a date to go to court?
Yes, please.
Tap alternate bond, 2,500, count 1, ROR, count 2. You have to come to court for your arraignment on June 4th at 9 a.m. What court was that? I don't know. I gave you Jackson.
Judge Hammond?
Courtroom 2-3. That's tap now. Courtroom 2-3. Thank you. There's tap. Then we had Mr. Campanera on page 7. Who's there?
He refused, Judge.
He refused. Let me use a hold for F25577. There's probable cause. 1 minute. The pipe used for smoking it. I don't see probable cause.
Judge, this is Ibrahim Campanera.
Yeah, just as a pipe used for smoking. Yes, also out on bond. You want to bring your officer in for probable cause hearing?
Yes, please.
Okay.
This afternoon, yes?
Yes, please. Next is Glenn Van de Greth. Good morning, sir. You were arrested for aggravated battery on a law enforcement officer and disorderly intoxication. So can you afford to hire an attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, let me review this real quick. This is an incident from the car race thing. I don't know if he was intending to hurt the officer, that it should be a non-bondable offense. He was drunk or he was being escorted off.
Judge, he was actively resisting, putting his.
He fell. Defendant fell, striking his head on the ground, landing on top of the deputy's leg, resulting in the deputy's right knee sustaining a torn ligament. It's not, well, it's not intended to hurt. He fell. I don't think it's a battery on the law enforcement officer. And he was drunk. That's why you don't drink. Because you were in the military, sir?
I worked as a military contractor. I didn't serve, Your Honor.
Oh, okay, 'cause it says ARA. All right. Are you willing to waive a lawyer's presence for the purposes of this hearing today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that yes?
Yes.
I'm finding probable cause for battery on a law enforcement officer. It could also be resisting with violence. And in count 2, there's probable cause for, 1 second. Does it say he's drunk or disorderly? No. Oh, it says disorderly now. It doesn't say anything about him being drunk or disorderly. It just says disorderly. It doesn't say drunk. So disorderly conduct maybe for count 2. Anyway, bond on count one is $5,000. Count two, disorderly conduct is $150.
Judge, the state filed a motion based on your PC finding. Are you denying that motion?
I'm denying your motion for
It's the
pretrial.
state's position that if you're finding PC for the battery of it, the aggravating factor being the injury to the Leo.
Isn't that a specific intent crime? Do you think he knew he was going to be the officer pushed him to the ground? I think, is that what it said? Pardon me.
Says he puts his hand around the officer's neck.
And tightened his grip. That's about a law enforcement officer. The deputy tries to gain control of him, taking him to the ground. And while he's resisting, maybe count two, he should have been charged with resisting with violence. That would be better than disorderly intoxication. The defendant fell and landed on top of the deputy. That's how the deputy was injured. He wasn't intending to tear a ligament in his knee. But count two, I think the better charge should be resisting with violence. Right, yeah. So actually, it's 5,000 count one, $2,500 count two. Post your bonds, stay out of trouble, have a good day. Hire a criminal defense lawyer. The state may still try to charge it as an aggravated battery on a law enforcement officer where you would be held with no bond. So make sure you hire a good lawyer, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, next case is Elvis Lunar Lopez.
Only the Spanish interpreter, please.
Sir, good morning. You were arrested for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and battery. I will appoint the public defender's office for you.
Buenos días, señor. Usted ha sido arrestado por agresión con agravantes con un arma letal y agresión. Voy a asignar a la oficina de abogados públicos para usted.
Is probable cause for what? Aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
Hay causa probable por el cargo de asalto con agravantes con un arma letal.
Sir, you were ordered to stay away from Ariel Lopez Rivas, the alleged victim.
Señora, a usted se le ordena mantenerse alejado de Helio López Rivas, la víctima alegada.
No contact with the victim either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties.
Ningún contacto con la víctima directo o indirecto, en persona, por escrito, por teléfono o a través de terceras partes.
And you must stay at least 500 feet away from the victim, his home, school, and place of employment at all times.
Y se tiene que mantener a más de 500 pies de la víctima, su hogar, su escuela, su trabajo en todo momento.
Make sure no contact with the victim through social media or other electronic means.
Y ningún contacto con la víctima a través de los medios sociales o ningún otro medio electrónico.
So count one, assault, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon is, I'll set it at $4,000. Count two, battery is $1,000.
Pongo la fianza por el cargo de asalto con agravantes con un arma letal en $4,000 y por el cargo de agresión en $1,000.
Have a nice day.
Tenga buen día, señor.
Judge, I believe Mr. Lunar Lopez is concerned. I think they work for the same company.
Su señoría, el señor Lunar López está preocupado. Parece que ellos trabajan para la misma compañía.
How many feet?
17 años. Yo llevo 17 años.
I've been 17 years there.
All right, stay at least 15 feet away from the victim as home, school, and place of employment.
Está bien, manténgase por lo menos a 15 pies alejado de la víctima, su hogar, su escuela, su lugar de trabajo.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, no problem, thank you.
Okay.
Next is Alex Ramirez on page 9.
Mr. Ramirez speaks English and Spanish, but for court he prefers Spanish.
Sir, good morning. You were arrested for aggravated battery on a person aged 65 or older.
Buenos días, señor. Usted ha sido arrestado por asalto con agravantes sobre una persona de 65 años o mayor.
I don't see an age for the victim. I don't see an age for the victim.
No veo la edad de la víctima.
So what, just probable cause for aggravated battery then, state?
Entonces, ¿hay causa probable por el cargo de asalto con agravantes, Estado?
Yes, Judge.
It's like battery, Judge.
Call your officer and let's get more details. He bit the victim, he had a large laceration and had to
And
go
he
to...
refused treatment at the hospital.
Oh, okay.
At the bottom line, fire rescue responded and treated the victim's injuries and refused further treatment.
Okay, just bring in let's set it for probable cause hearing in the afternoon.
Pongamos este caso para una audiencia de causa probable por la tarde. Traigan al oficial.
And also, sir, you are ordered to stay away from the alleged victim, Carlos Gonzalez.
Y también, señora, a usted se le ordena mantenerse alejado de la víctima alegada, Carlos González.
No contact with the victim either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties.
Ningún contacto con la víctima alegada, ya sea directamente, indirectamente, en persona, por escrito, por teléfono o por terceras partes.
No contact with the victim through social media or other electronic means.
Ningún contacto con la víctima por las redes sociales ni por ningún otro medio electrónico.
Do not engage in any criminal activity. Do not use or possess illegal drugs.
No se involucre en ninguna actividad delictiva, no use o posea drogas ilícitas.
Do not use, purchase, possess, or carry a firearm, gun, weapon, or ammunition.
Usted no puede usar, poseer o portar ningún arma de fuego o municiones.
You must immediately surrender any firearms, ammunition, and any concealed weapons permits to the nearest police department and file a receipt with the court.
Tiene que inmediatamente entregar cualquier arma de fuego, arma, munición o permiso de portar arma oculta a la oficina de la policía más cerca y someter un recibo comprobante con el tribunal.
And you may return to the victim's residence one time only within 48 hours of your release from jail.
Y usted puede regresar al hogar de la víctima una sola vez en menos de 48 horas, una vez usted sea puesto en libertad de la cárcel.
You must be accompanied by a police officer.
Tiene que ir acompañado de un oficial de la policía.
So that you can retrieve your personal clothing, health items, medication, personal and business-related paperwork, and work tools.
Para que usted pueda recoger su ropa, sus pertenencias, sus medicamentos, sus herramientas de trabajo y sus documentos.
If you go to the victim's home without the police, or if you stay there, you will be arrested.
Si usted va al hogar de la víctima sin la policía o si usted permanece allí, usted va a ser arrestado.
Do you understand the stay away order?
¿Entiende usted la orden de alejamiento?
Sí, entiendo, sí.
Yes, I understand, yes.
Okay, I'll see you later for a probable cause hearing.
Lo voy a ver más tarde hoy para su audiencia de causa probable.
Next, we have Joshua Deutsch. You bonded out?
That's the bond out, Judge.
Good.
Also, Carter Solomon is a bond out.
I know Mr. Deutsch's dad. He must not be very happy with them. Okay. Coleman starter, I'm sorry, Carter Solomon also bonded out.
That's correct.
Okay. Jose Martinez.
Mr. Martinez is out on felony bond F256900.
Good morning, Mr. Martinez.
Good morning, Judge.
Arrested for aggravated battery on a pregnant victim with a deadly weapon. Did you need a Spanish interpreter or no?
No, he speaks English.
Okay, fine. So you're out on felony bond. There's a hold for F256900. I'm appointing the public defender's office for you.
I'm sorry, who is this?
Jose Martinez. He's on page 10.
Thank you.
Okay. Ms. Corey, do you have any argument?
Yes, Judge. There's no intent to hit her with the door.
It's just an aggravated battery.
Judge, I don't see any intent to harm her at all. It says he pushed the door open and it looks like, unfortunately, the door struck her foot, but it doesn't state that he tried to push the door in order to hurt her in any way.
She's next to him when he tries to exit the fence door, and he pushed the door to open with force, causing the door to strike and injure her foot.
That doesn't mean it was intent. Doesn't mean,
Yes.
looks like it was an accident, Judge, at best.
Okay. There's enough from what I read here for intent. For PC, I should say. Doesn't mean it's gonna.
And it looks like he even tried to help her from falling backwards. He was grabbing her to help her so she wouldn't fall back. So it looks like it was an accident, not like he was trying to hurt her.
Yeah, maybe you're right. It says, in an effort to defend herself, she pushed him away. So maybe not. Maybe he felt bad that it hit her so hard. But it looks like it's.
Judge, remorse doesn't mean there wasn't probable cause to commit the crime.
Well, it looks like it's not intentional if he's trying to prevent her from falling.
That happened afterwards. The intent comes before when he pushes it with such force right next to her.
There's probable cause. It's not just for battery on a battery on a pregnant victim. It's not ag battery on a pregnant victim. It's no deadly weapon. But sir, I'm ordering that you stay away from Rosa Montoya Canales, the alleged victim. No contact with the victim, either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties. No contact with the victim through social media or other electronic means, and you must stay at least 500 feet away from the victim, her home, school, and place of employment at all times. Do not engage in any criminal activity. Do not use or possess illegal drugs, and do not use, purchase, possess, or carry a firearm, gun, weapon, or ammunition. You must immediately surrender any firearms, ammunition, and any concealed weapons permits to the nearest police department and file a receipt with the court. And you may return to the victim's residence one time only within 48 hours of your release from jail. You must be accompanied by a police officer. so that you can retrieve your personal clothing, health items, medication, personal and business-related paperwork, and work tools. If you go to the victim's home without the police, or if you stay there, you will be arrested. Do you understand the stay away order, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'll set his bond at $2,500.
2,500, Judge, with the whole.
2,500 with the hold. He was supposed to see the judge today. He may have issued a warrant for him.
Judge, before we move on, can I just readdress a case we set for PC hearing?
Which one? Is it
I know
one?
there were several. Alex Ramirez.
Okay.
I was able to get the officer on the phone. He could not stay on right now. And is not available this afternoon, but asked to be reset tomorrow morning and can be here. He's unavailable right now and later.
He can't go on the phone right now to testify?
No, well, I didn't speak with, no, he cannot. I tried. And he
So
can't be
yeah.
here at 1. He asked for reset in the morning and said he can be here.
Let me see. So I'll just deal with it in the afternoon. And I don't know if you're within the 48-hour period.
Judge, which case is that?
Alex Ramirez, that's the young man who's 24 who hit.
Page 9, Miss Corey.
May 3rd. You're out of luck. Sorry, but you're past the 24-hour period. So I can just deal with it now instead of bond. If you still have Alex Ramirez or no? The 24-hour period expired today. And
Is it the first time he's been brought to court?
Nope, it was set yesterday for a PC hearing today. Or no, when was he first brought to court? Corrections?
Was brought to court on yesterday. The clerk didn't go get the file, so that's why we couldn't do the case. So they set it for today.
Oh, okay. Sir, he's the interpreter?
Yes, it's preferred.
Sir, they can't bring in the officer in time. There's only probable cause for battery.
Señor, no pueden traer al oficial a tiempo, solo hay causa probable para el cargo de agresión.
Judge, I would ask for felony battery based on the large laceration to his forehead.
Su señoría, pido que sea agresión mayor debido al tamaño de la herida en su frente.
I would agree with you and find probable cause for felony battery.
Estoy de acuerdo con usted, hallo causa probable para agresión delito mayor.
And I'm going to set his bond at $3,000. Have a nice day.
Y le pongo la fianza en $3,000. Tenga buen día.
All right, Kevin Baltodano is next, page 10.
He has a hold for immigration, Judge.
Thank you. Does he need an interpreter?
Spanish, yes. Spanish, please.
Good morning, sir. You were arrested for aggravated battery on a pregnant victim. I will appoint the public defender's office for you.
Buenos días, señor. Usted ha sido arrestado por agresión con agravantes sobre una víctima embarazada. Voy a asignar a la oficina de abogados públicos para usted.
There is probable cause for the charge.
¿Hay causa probable para este cargo?
So you are ordered to stay away from the alleged victim, Emmeline Million.
Se le ordena mantenerse alejado de la víctima alegada, Emeline León.
No, it says Milon.
Milón.
Yeah. No contact with the victim either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties.
Ningún contacto con la víctima alegada, ya sea directamente, indirectamente, en persona, por escrito, por teléfono o a través de terceras personas.
And no contact with the victim through social media or other electronic means.
Ningún contacto con la víctima a través de las redes sociales ni ningún otro medio electrónico.
And you must stay at least 500 feet away from the victim, victim's home, school, and place of employment at all times.
Y tiene que mantenerse a más de 500 pies de la víctima, de su hogar, su escuela y su lugar de empleo en todo momento.
Do not engage in any criminal activity. Do not use or possess illegal drugs.
No se involucre en ninguna actividad delictiva, no use ni posea ninguna droga ilícita.
And do not use, purchase, possess, or carry a firearm, gun, weapon, or ammunition.
Y no utilice, posee o porte ningún arma de fuego o munición.
You must immediately surrender any firearms, ammunition, and any concealed weapons permits to the nearest police department and file a receipt with the court.
Usted tiene que inmediatamente entregar cualquier arma, munición o permiso para portar arma oculta con la oficina de la policía más cercana y entregar un recibo comprobante al tribunal.
Also, you may return to the victim's residence one time only within 48 hours of your release from jail.
También usted puede regresar a la residencia de la víctima una sola vez en menos de 48 horas una vez usted sea puesto en libertad de la cárcel.
You must be accompanied by a police officer.
Usted tiene que ir acompañado de un oficial de la policía.
So that you can retrieve your personal clothing, health items, medication, personal and business-related paperwork, and work tools.
Para que usted pueda recoger su ropa, sus pertenencias, sus documentos de trabajo o personales y sus herramientas de trabajo.
If you go to the victim's home without the police, or if you stay there, you will be arrested.
Si usted va al hogar de la víctima sin la policía o si usted permanece allí, usted va a ser arrestado.
Do you understand the stay away order?
¿Entiende usted la orden de alejamiento?
Sí, entiendo.
Yes, I
Oh, sorry.
understand.
So I'm setting a bond. What do you want, Steve? There's probable cause. It's $5,000 bond, and you have an immigration hold, so you may want to consult with a lawyer before you post your bond.
Hay causa probable, se pone la fianza en $5,000. Usted tiene un retén por parte de migración, entonces usted debe de hablar con un abogado antes de poner fianza.
Next, David Rodriguez.
Judge, what did you give both of them?
What? 5,000 bond. Page 11. Hi, Mr. Rodriguez.
Spanish, please.
Good morning, sir. You were arrested for felony battery.
Buenos días, señora. Usted se le ha arrestado por agresión o delito mayor.
I will appoint the public defender's office for you.
Voy a asignar a la oficina de abogados públicos para usted.
State filed a motion for pretrial detention for me to hold you no bond because you used the metal pole when you struck the victim and broke his arm.
El Estado ha sometido una petición para que usted sea detenido previo a juicio, ya que usted le pegó a la víctima con un palo de metal y le rompió hueso.
There is probable cause for aggravated battery.
Hay causa probable para el cargo de agresión con agravantes.
With a deadly weapon causing serious bodily injury.
Con un arma letal causando seria lesión corporal.
You are ordered to stay away from the alleged victim, Yonel Molina Diaz.
Se le ordena mantenerse alejado de la víctima alegada, a Leonel Molina Díaz.
No contact with the victim, either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties.
Ningún contacto con la víctima alegada, ya sea directo o indirecto, en persona, por escrito, por teléfono o por terceras personas.
And you must stay at least 500 feet away from the victim, his home, school, and place of employment at all times.
Y usted tiene que mantenerse alejado a más de 500 pies de la víctima alegada, su hogar, su escuela y su lugar de empleo en
And
todo momento.
no contact with the victim through social media or other electronic means.
Y ningún contacto por la víctima con la víctima a través de las redes sociales ni ningún otro medio electrónico.
Do you understand the stay away order, sir?
¿Entiende usted la orden de alejamiento, señor?
Sí, sí, lo entiendo.
Is Corey?
Yes, I understand it.
No.
Judge, I would ask
Ya
if he would
understand.
set a bond for Mr. Rodriguez.
Su señoría, pido que ponga una fianza para el señor Rodríguez.
So I'm unable to set a monetary bond. You have to see the division judge tomorrow. I'm granting the state's motion for pretrial detention pending final hearing and holding you with no bond.
No puedo poner a una fianza en este momento. Él va a ver al juez de la división. Estoy otorgando la petición del Estado para una detención previa a juicio y usted permanece sin fianza.
Have a good day.
Tenga buen día.
Next is Robert Villanueva, page 11. Good afternoon, sir. You were arrested for domestic battery by strangulation and battery. I will appoint the public defense. Actually, can you afford to hire an attorney, sir? You own your home?
Huh?
You own your home?
No, ma'am.
All right, I'll appoint the public defender's office for you.
Thank you.
There's probable cause. You are ordered to stay away from the alleged victim,
Yes, ma'am.
Renee Gonzalez. No contact with the victim, either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties. No contact with the victim through social media or other electronic means. And you must stay at least 500 feet away from the victim's home and school and place of employment at all times. Do not engage in any criminal activity. Do not use or possess illegal drugs. And do not use, purchase, possess, or carry a firearm, gun, weapon, or ammunition. You must immediately surrender any firearms, ammunition, and any concealed weapons permits to the nearest police department and file a receipt with the court. You may return to the victim's residence one time only within 48 hours of your release from jail. You must be accompanied by a police officer so that you can retrieve your personal clothing, health items, medication, personal, business-related paperwork, and work tools. If you go to the victim's home without the police, or if you stay there, you will be arrested. Do you understand the stay away order, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, it's 4,000 count one, 1,000 count two. Have a nice day. Sir.
Judge, you say 4,000 count one?
Yeah, I split 1 and 2. 4,000 count one, 1,000 count two. Next is Jonaker Vega. Jonaker Vega, page 12. Okay, good afternoon, sir. You were arrested for battery by strangulation and battery. Do you speak English? Yes?
Yes.
All right. I'll appoint the public defender's office for you. So there is probable cause for the charges. Are you living with the victim or no?
Yes, Judge.
All right, you are ordered to stay away from the alleged victim, Jessica Ginsburg. No contact with the victim, either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties. No contact with the victim through social media or other electronic means. You must stay at least 500 feet away from the victim, her home and school and place of employment at all times. Do not engage in any criminal activity. Do not use or possess illegal drugs, and do not use, purchase, possess, or carry a firearm, gun, weapon, or ammunition. You must immediately surrender any firearms, ammunition, and any concealed weapons permits to the nearest police department and file a receipt with the court. And you may return to the victim's residence. Let me make sure I did it right. You may return to the victim's residence one time only within 48 hours of your release from jail. You must be accompanied by a police officer so that you can retrieve your personal clothing, health items, medication, personal and business-related paperwork, and work tools. If you go to the victim's home without the police, or if you stay there, you will be arrested. Do you understand the stay away, sir?
Yes.
All right, I'm setting up on 4,000 count 1 and 1,000 count 2. Have a nice day, sir. Okay, next case is Lazarus Gonzalez. We're on page 12. Good morning, or good afternoon, Mr. Gonzalez. Do you speak English?
Spanish, please.
Spanish, please. Do you have a new interpreter? No. Same one. Good afternoon, sir. You were arrested for armed robbery with a firearm or deadly weapon, 3 counts of strong arm robbery, and 3 counts of battery.
Señora, usted se le ha arrestado por hurto armado, hurto con un arma letal, 3 cargos de agresión y 3 cargos de hurto por un hombre.
This is a case from April 17th, and I will appoint the public defender's office for you.
Este es un caso del 17 de abril y voy a asignar a la oficina de abogados públicos para usted.
Did we just lose the judge?
Yes, apparently.
That's fine. I'm gonna need one this Friday, if you can't, for your money. You will need this Friday.
Don't have the jail either.
Don't want to. Don't eat too much. I'm bringing nuts or whatever. Hi, who was this you made a panelist? Without informing me. Who promoted this person as a panelist? Don't make anybody a panelist without permission here to do so. Because if you do, we're gonna get Zoom bombed.
Judge, that's correction.
And I'll make corrections, they won't Zoom bomb me.
Hopefully not.
All these different ones, okay. Sorry, sir, we had a technical problem. Yeah, you need the interpreter, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Me disculpo, señor, tuvimos un problema técnico.
Anyway, there's probable cause. They're missing a few things. It's a little overcharged. They forgot to add tampering with the victim.
Hay causa probable, les hizo falta algunas cosas.
Sir, you were ordered to stay away from the alleged victim. Stephanie Chile.
Señor, se le ordena mantenerse alejado de la víctima alegada, Steph. What's the last name, Your Honor?
Chile.
Chile.
No contact with the victim either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties.
Ningún contacto con la víctima, ya sea directo o indirecto, por escrito, por teléfono o por terceras personas.
No contact with the victim through social media or other electronic means.
Ningún contacto con la víctima alegada a través de las redes sociales ni ningún otro medio electrónico.
And you must stay at least 500 feet away from the victim, her home, school, and place of employment at all times.
Y se tiene que mantener alejado a más de 500 pies de la víctima, su hogar, su escuela y su lugar de empleo en todo momento.
Do not engage in any criminal act. Wait, I'm sorry. Do not engage in any criminal activity. Do not use or possess illegal drugs.
No se involucre en ninguna actividad delictiva, no use ni posea ninguna droga ilícita.
And do not use, purchase, possess, or carry a firearm, gun, weapon, or ammunition.
Y no use, compre, porte ningún arma, pistola, arma de fuego o munición.
You must immediately surrender any firearms, ammunition, and any concealed weapons permits to the nearest police department and file a receipt with the court.
Tiene que inmediatamente entregar cualquier arma de fuego, munición o permiso para portar arma oculta con el departamento de policía más cercano y tiene que entregar recibo de esto al tribunal.
And you may return to the victim's residence one time only within 48 hours of your release from jail.
Y usted puede regresar a la residencia de la víctima alegada una sola vez en menos de 48 horas, una vez usted se ha puesto en libertad de la cárcel.
Must be accompanied by a police officer.
Tiene que ir acompañado de un oficial de la policía.
You can retrieve your personal clothing, health items, medication, personal and business-related paperwork, and work tools.
Y usted puede ir y retirar su ropa, sus artículos de salud, sus medicamentos, sus papeles personales y de trabajo y sus herramientas de trabajo.
You go to the victim's home without the police, or if you stay there, you will be arrested.
Si usted va al hogar de la víctima sin la policía o si usted permanece allí, usted va a ser arrestado.
Do you understand the stay away order, sir?
¿Entiende la orden de alejamiento, señor?
Sí, sí.
Yes.
Ms.
Yes, I understand.
Overcharged, and I think there should be one count of armed tampering with the victim thrown in as well.
Abogada, yo pienso que están exagerados los cargos y pienso de que él debe de tener un cargo de haber manipulado, armado a la víctima también.
Judge, I'd ask you to find that for probable cause for count one instead of the armed robbery with a deadly weapon. It appears, based upon the reading of the arrest form, that it was, he was swinging at her, saying that that's what she deserved for calling the police, not with regard to any taking.
Su señoría, yo pienso que hay causa probable, pero no para hurto armado con un arma letal. En la denuncia dice que él estaba meneando el arma.
So during the course of the taking, he used force to take her phone while armed. During the course of the taking, he was armed.
Él estaba armado cuando él estaba tomando las cosas con fuerza.
So count one, I'm granting the state's motion for pretrial detention pending.
Entonces, por el cargo número 1, estoy otorgando la petición del Estado para detención previa a juicio.
Holding him with no bond.
Y lo retengo sin fianza.
Count two, there's technically probable cause for the strong arm robbery. I'll set that at $7,500.
Por el cargo número 2, hay causa probable técnicamente por el hurto desarmado. Pongo esa fianza en 7,500.
Count three, there's probable cause for armed tampering with a victim. I'll set that at $5,000.
Y el cargo número 3, hay causa probable por manipulación armada de la víctima. Pongo la fianza en $5,000.
Count four, I guess there would be a strong arm robbery. You want $1 or an ROR on that, Ms. Corey?
$1's fine.
$1, count four.
Y por el cargo número 4, la fianza se pone en $1. Eso es hurto desarmado.
Count five, battery will be $1,000 and 6 and 7 ROR. Or you want an ROR or $1 on those?
And ROR. The other two.
ROR 6 and ROR 7.
Y por el, what's the bonding, charge number 5?
Number 5 is $1,000 and count 6 and 7. I'm releasing him on his own recognizance, ROR.
Por el cargo número 5, la fianza se pone en $1,000 y por los cargos 6 y 7 lo estoy dejando en libertad bajo palabra.
You'll see a judge tomorrow. That judge will set a final hearing on the state's motion for pretrial detention. Have a good day, sir.
Usted va a estar frente a un juez mañana. Ese juez va a hacer una determinación en cuanto a la petición para detención previa a juicio. Tenga buen día, señor.
Good afternoon. This is Mr. Brian Guerrero Carranza. Do you speak English, sir?
Yes, he does.
You got arrested for battery on a law enforcement officer, resisting an officer without violence and disorderly intoxication. I will appoint, can you afford to hire an attorney, sir?
Yes,
You work?
yes.
Do you own your home?
Yeah, I work at,
Do you own your own home?
oh, no, I don't.
How much you make a week?
Like 700?
Do you have any children you support?
No.
I mean, I'd appoint the public defender's office for you if you want him. I think you'd qualify. All right, appoint the public defender's office for him. So he's at the airport drunk or disorderly, whatever, both. Push the officer. And trespass from the airport. Looks like you'll be flying out of Fort Lauderdale Airport or taking a bus home or the train. So what do you want me to set his bond at? Does he have priors anywhere?
No, Your Honor. None that I see.
Judge, I'd ask you to find no probable cause for count 2.
Okay, there's probable cause for count 1 though. I'll set the bond on count 1 at $1,500. Count 2, no probable cause, release outright. Count 3. I don't know if he's drunk. I don't know if he's being disorderly. I guess by pushing the officer, he's being disorderly.
They said he was
ROR?
disorderly passenger being verbally abusive to the TSA agents.
Okay. Count 3 will be, there's probable cause, it'll be $150. Have a good day, sir. I did lower the bond. Next case we have is Andre Castellan, page 13. Oh, okay, he's ready to go. Hi, this is Mr. Castellan. Sir, do you speak English?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. You were arrested for armed possession of oxycodone and armed possession of Percocet. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. You're not supposed, I thought, whatever, you're not supposed to have a gun concealed if you're under 21. How long have you lived in Miami, sir?
Been here for 9 years.
Okay, well, pretrial services alternate bond, count 1 is $2,500 and count 2 will be $2,500. I'll approve it. Next is Anthony David Roll. Page 13. Okay, you have Anthony David Roll. Good afternoon, Mr. Roll. You were arrested for grand theft, a third-degree felony, dealing in stolen property, possession of burglary tools, and resisting an officer without violence. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. Oh, and also criminal mischief. So he's working with his buddy. Earlier, we saw Mr. Medalist stealing scooters and mopeds, whatever it is, from Aventura Mall. Is that the one? So there's probable cause for count 1, grand theft. That's. It may be entitled to pre-trial. There's a recent conviction for theft from March and another conviction from March in setting a bond.
I
Count
would, you consider the TAP program for Mr. Roll? He does not have funds for a bond. He's homeless, Judge.
Stay away from Aventura Mall. He may be having more charges there based on what I've read here. He's involved. He and his friend were stealing a lot of things from Aventura Mall. Stay away from Aventura Mall at 195. I think it's 01 Biscayne Boulevard in Aventura, Florida. They have different addresses for Aventura Mall. Let me see. The right address. Yeah, 19501 Biscayne Boulevard. All right, so count 1, grand theft is $2,500. Count 2, I don't see probable cause for that. You want $1 or release that right?
$1, please.
Count 2 will be $1. Count 3, possession of burglary tools.
No probable cause. I'm okay with $1.
Count 3. Count 4 is resisting without. 1 minute. There's probable cause for that. Yeah, there's probable cause for resisting without $500. Can you stay away? Oh, 1 minute's right here. And count 5, criminal mischief is $150. Also stay away from the victim VS, I guess the owner of that scooter. No contact with the victim either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties, and stay at least 500 feet away from the victim, his home, school, and place of employment at all times. And stay away from Aventura Mall. Have a good day. Next is Jefferson Alvarez. Good afternoon, sir.
Refusal?
Huh?
Refusal?
Oh, it's not Mr. Alvarez. Okay, he refused. Let me review. Okay. Oh, 1 minute. I'm probably cause we set it for the afternoon calendar. Right, then this is Mr. Ladarius Livingston, no?
No, he's a refusal also.
Okay. For Mr. Livingston, we gotta sign that one. So I'll find probable cause and reset it for the afternoon calendar. Next, Gerardo Marietti.
Hi.
How are you? You were arrested for petty theft, 2 or more convictions. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. You also have an in-state fugitive warrant. Does he have a bond on it, corrections?
It's a no bond, Judge.
From what county?
It's from Broward County.
All right, so you are ordered to stay away from the Target store at 249 Northwest 6th Street in Miami, Florida. So you're not allowed to go to that store and you have to stay away from there. Just so I'm clear, the public defender's office is appointed for you on this case. So there's, he's stealing Tide Pods. Okay, there's probable cause for petty theft. We're gonna talk about a prior conviction. Not to see probable cause for petty theft, a first degree misdemeanor. Although he has a conviction, if you want to bring me it up, F23-25420, but Ms. Sturgis, you'd have to show me the prior.
You do that, Judge. I just need a moment.
Wouldn't change anything, Judge. It's a first degree misdemeanor.
It would if it's 2 or more convictions.
Well, that wouldn't be 2 if it's only 1. Oh, I see what you're saying.
It was convicted of
I got you.
convictions.
So the court's satisfied if I just pull up that one, yes?
Yes, that was a conviction.
Right, okay, just making sure.
One second, I'm dealing with a naughty child. Okay, sorry. Nothing like Life 360. We'll leave it at that. You always know where they are. Okay. What are you showing me? Judgment?
F23-25420, the judgment where Mr. Marietti has been convicted of petty theft, 2 or more convictions on February 2nd of 2024.
Can you go down? I need to see it. No, go back up. The data. There you go. The judgment and sentence. So go back up. Go down. The next page. There you go. Oh, that's the charges assigned. The date. 2 of 3. It's Judge Carbarga. January what? I can't see. Go down again. Go down. The judgment. The sentence. There you go. Keep going. Does it say anything?
Oh, I've got it.
It's what day is that? February
2nd of 2024.
Okay. Okay, there's probable cause for petty theft, 2 or more convictions. I'll set his bond at $1,000. You have that open warrant, so if you post a bond on this, you'll be able to go to Broward. Have a good day.
How much is the bond, Judge?
$1,000. Next is Joseph Pratt. Good afternoon, sir.
Here for a probable cause hearing.
Okay.
Looks like it's past the 48 hours. Came in to custody on.
Battery person 65 or older. Reset probable cause, not showing great bodily injury. So he only found probable cause, it says, for battery of a person 65. Okay, so sir, you are ordered to stay away from the alleged victim, Marcus Klein. No contact with the victim either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties. And you must stay at least give me a domestic one, 1 second. Give me a minute to look at this. Together. All right, let's look together. Stay away from Marcus Klein. No contact with the victim, either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties. No contact with the victim through social media or other electronic means. And you must stay at least 500 feet away from the victim's home, school, and place of employment at all times. Do not engage in any criminal activity. Do not use or possess illegal drugs. And do not use, purchase, possess, or carry a firearm, gun, weapon, or ammunition. You must immediately surrender any firearms, ammunition, and any concealed weapons permits to the nearest police department and file a receipt with the court. You may return to the victim's residence one time only within 48 hours of your release from jail. You must be accompanied by a police officer so that you can retrieve your personal clothing, health items, medication, personal and business-related paperwork, and work tools. If you go to the victim's home without the police, or if you stay there, you will be arrested. Do you understand the stay away order, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, so I'll set a bond, it's $5,000. I'm denying the state's motion for pretrial detention. Next is Roberta Verdicia Mendana.
Roberto has a hold for immigration.
You.
Spanish, please.
Thanks. Good afternoon, sir. You were arrested for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, grand theft of a vehicle, criminal mischief, and resisting an officer without violence, and also possession of drug paraphernalia.
Buenas tardes, señora. Usted se le ha arrestado por asalto con agravantes, hurto mayor, desorden público, a resistir a un oficial sin violencia y posesión de parafernalia para crack.
All right, so public defender's office is appointed for you.
Se le asigna la oficina de abogados públicos.
So sir, you are ordered to, we have a name for the victim state or no?
¿Hay un nombre para la víctima, Estado?
No, Your Honor, this is, I have not been able to ascertain it. I think I
Okay.
indicated that.
All right.
No, su señoría, todavía no.
Well, you better stay away from the victim, whoever it is, because if you get rearrested, you'll be locked up in jail until your trial.
Usted mejor se mantiene alejado de la víctima, cualquiera que sea, porque si no, usted puede ser ser vuelto a arrestar hasta su juicio.
Count one, there's probable cause for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. That's a $5,000 bond. Count two, there's probable cause for grand theft, a third-degree felony, $2,500 bond.
Hay causa probable por el primer cargo, asalto con agravantes con un arma letal. La fianza se pone en $5,000. Por el cargo número 2, hurto mayor, ese es un delito grave de tercer grado. Hay causa probable, se pone la fianza en $2,500.
Count 3, there's probable cause for felony, third-degree felony grand theft and also, I'm sorry. There's probable cause on count 3 for felony criminal mischief and also armed criminal mischief.
Hay causa probable por el cargo número 3, daño a la propiedad, delito mayor, y también daño a la propiedad, delito mayor de tercer grado.
The bond is $2,500. In count 4, there's probable cause for resisting an officer without violence, $500.
Se pone la fianza por el cargo número 3 en $2,500 y por el cargo número 4, resistir a un oficial sin violencia. Hay causa probable, fianza de $500.
Also count 6, doesn't describe the paraphernalia, just drug
I'm
paraphernalia.
okay with the dollar, Judge.
Dollar count 6. Dollar count 5.
It's
Sorry.
only 5 counts, Judge.
Sorry, I made a mistake. Count 5 is $1.
If I may, Judge, it says 2 pipes, a lighter, and a Brillo pad.
Okay, and what's the nexus? What's the drug that's in there? Do you see it?
I see what you're saying, Judge.
Judge, what was count 4?
$500. 5,000 count 1, 2,500 count 2, 2,500 count 3, 500 count 4, $1 count 5.
Y por el cargo número 5, la fianza se pone en $1.
Good day, sir.
What the ICE hold, Judge?
Oh, he has an immigration hold, so you may want to consult with a lawyer, an immigration lawyer, before you post your bond.
Señor, usted tiene una detención, un retén por las autoridades de migración, entonces usted debería de consultar con un abogado de migración antes de poner fianza.
All right, have a nice day. Next, we have Pedro Cardona. Is he here?
He refused, Judge.
Is Corey?
We can waive his presence.
They're both fighting $1. Appoint the public defender's office, waive presence. I guess for recreation, they decided to fight each other. $1 bond, appoint the public defender's office, waive presence. All right, next we have is Darlie Jordan.
Defendant refused, Judge.
We'll waive his presence.
Appoint the public defender's office, waive presence. There's probable cause for the charge, $2,500.
Victim's first name is Leandre.
Next we have is Raymond Rollins.
Defendant refused.
We'll waive his presence.
It's 2 cases, Judge.
For Raymond Rollins, thank you. Where am I, page 19 now? Give me a second. All right. Do you have anybody else here or no? Let me see.
I don't see anybody else.
All right. So on F25-8954, I will appoint the public defender's office on both cases. There's probable cause at F25-8954, bond is $2,500. He refused over the weekend. They said it 3 times for us. Then we have F25-9037.
I'm okay with the dollar.
He also refused, Judge.
That's fine, $1. Next is Israel Mitchell, page 19.
Number 57?
Number 19, did he refuse or NBC?
He refused, Judge.
There's
wait, present.
appoint the public defender's office, waive presence bond is $2,500. Then we have page 20, Tennessee Wilson.
Refused, Judge.
We'll waive his presence.
Appoint the public defender's office, waive presence. There's probable cause, $2,500 bond. Then we have Jose Perez-Nuevas on page 20.
Defendant refused.
At a charge, we'll waive his presence.
Appoint the public defender's office, waive presence. Let me review. There's probable cause. 20, appoint the public defender's office, waive presence. Oh, it's from the river landing. I guess they better not park the motorcycle there, right? $2,500 bond. Next, we have Luis Montes.
He refused, Judge.
We'll waive his presence. Added charges.
Appoint the public defender's office, waive presence. Oh, this has only been reset since the 2nd. On the weekends, don't they know they can waive presence? Anyway, there's probable cause. Appoint the public defender's office, waive presence. $2,500 bond. Then we have Raymond Jordan on page 22.
Defendant refused.
We'll waive his presence.
Appoint the public defender's office, waive presence. I'll find probable cause. Set the bond to $2,500. Then we have Brian Ritz, page 22.
Defendant refused.
We'll waive his presence.
There's probable cause. Appoint the public defender's office, waive presence. Bond is $2,500.
And Mr. Sturgis, do you have the name of the alleged victim, Mr. Ritz?
It is Brian Cruz.
Next is David Harris, page 23.
Mr. Harris also refused.
Ms. Court. He's a defendant here.
We'll waive his presence.
Huh?
We'll waive his presence.
Appoint the public defender's office, waive presence. $25 bond, appointing public defender's office, waiving presence. So that's it for our morning calendar. Well, I was wrong. I said we finished by 1. It's 12:54. Or 2. 2. No, 2:15. What, you have to?
Well, we have a few resets, not just smaller, bigger.
You're so fast, though. Corrections, I'm being told 2:15, so we'll see everybody then. Remember, it's Monday. It's for the old lady day at TJ Maxx today, so I gotta go shopping. Goodbye. Gotta get my
No,
10% off on Mondays.
I like that.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good rest of the day.
You too. Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. Welcome to Felony First Appearance Hearings. I am Judge Mindy Glazer. I will be presiding today. The video for first appearance hearings has been played to all defendants. I need everybody to please stand up, raise your right hand, and be sworn in by our clerk. All rise.
Buenas tardes, por favor pónganse de pie.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Say I do.
Juran o afirman que el testimonio que van a dar es la verdad, nada más que la verdad y únicamente la verdad. Respondan.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Please be seated.
Tomar asiento, por favor.
Madam Interpreter, have you been sworn in today?
Not yet, Your Honor.
Do you swear that you will well and faithfully translate from English to Spanish, Spanish to English, with the questions asked and the answers given to the best of your ability, and you have such ability?
Yes, I do. My name is Diana Echeverry, court interpreter.
Thank you. If there is anybody here for a case on Zoom, please type the defendant's name in the chat room.
Si hay alguna persona presente por alguno de los acusados, por favor, anoten el nombre en el chat.
Let's begin. Can the attorneys announce, please state?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Jennifer Sturgis on behalf of the State Attorney's Office.
Good afternoon.
Assistant Public Defender, good afternoon.
So let's begin. The first one is Laura Lee Lafont on page 1. Oh, okay. I'll call him up in a minute. Hello. How are you?
Okay, how you doing?
Trying to survive.
It's Monday.
Monday.
What's the doctor for you? Oh, okay. I'm good, bro. I'm good. Relax. Thank you. I try my best.
Also, corrections, I need Brian Montoya when you have a chance after. Good afternoon, ma'am. You were arrested for unlawful possession of 5 or more identifications. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. You're also.
She's a private attorney on her open case.
Oh, can you afford to hire a lawyer, ma'am?
Can you afford to hire an attorney for this new case?
This will be my attorney.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, on her traffic, she received pretrial alternate.
Okay. On this case, she's getting a bond. There's probable cause. Ms. Corey?
She indicates that Mr. Takachel is going to be her attorney on this new case.
Oh, Mr. Takashel's your lawyer. He's not here. You want to do it without him, and then I'll set it in division tomorrow? Or you can, or I can reset it for tomorrow.
Without him?
Do you what?
To do it without him.
Do it without him. Oh, okay. I thought you said you know him. All right, that's fine. There's probable cause for the charge. So it's a $2,500 bond, hold for F24-23022. So you'll see your judge tomorrow, and he'll decide if they'll let you out on the old case. But here the bond's $2,500. Have a good day. Corrections, you have Brian Montoya, please, on page 2.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Montoya is present. I've promoted Mr. Alexander.
1 second.
And Mr. Montoya speaks English.
Good afternoon, sir. When we reset the case so your lawyer can review the affidavit.
Good afternoon.
Give me another one. When I have one already, a stay away order. One a day. One a day. They should know better. Over the second one.
Good afternoon. I'm not sure if anyone can see or hear me. I've lost video on my end.
Well, you need to accept the promotion of panelist and turn on your video.
I did. It's just, I think it's my internet is weak. I can hear everybody just fine.
All right. Anyway, did you have a chance to review the arrest affidavit?
Yes, I did, Your Honor. Your Honor, this is a one witness, one victim case. The alleged victim has come into my office already to sign a non-pros and indicated that she does not want to participate in the prosecution. Regarding the robbery of the cell phone, it's extremely weak. It's taking the cell phone out of the pocket and allegedly not returning it on request. It was not done in a sneakily or underhanded manner or in any way that was attempting to deprive the victim, alleged victim.
Okay, is the victim in court?
I did ask if she wanted to be present, and she said she did want to be present. I don't know if she's presently on the Zoom or not.
There's someone raising their hand. If they can type in the chat what their name is.
If the person raising their hand can type their name in the chat room, then if it's the victim, we'll promote you.
Thank you, Judge.
Para la persona que ha levantado la mano, por favor, levante la mano para que le promuevan.
Is that her or no? Is the victim here? Type your name in the chat room, whoever's raising your hand, and if you are the victim, we will promote you.
La persona que está levantando la mano, por favor anote su nombre en el chat. Si es la víctima, van a promoverla.
Your Honor,
She's here.
Okay, you want to promote her?
She's rejoining.
I'm present. I'm sorry. For some reason, the Zoom keeps kicking me out.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you put your video on, please? Are you able to? Thank you. Raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this proceeding will be the truth? If so, state I do.
Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you. What is your name, please?
Jocelyn Diaz Mejia.
Okay, are you afraid of Brian Montoya?
I am not.
Do you want the court to enter an order requiring him to stay away from you?
No.
Has anybody forced you or threatened you to come to court today to make this statement?
No.
Thank you. State any questions for Ms. Arias? Is it Ms. Arias or Mejia?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, Your Honor, I have no questions at this point.
Okay. All right. Mr. Alexander, any questions?
No, I have no questions, Your Honor.
So, sir, I'm entering a modified stay away order from the alleged victim, Joycelyn Arias Mejia. You are allowed to have contact with the alleged victim. You are prohibited from being physically threatening or violent towards her in any manner whatsoever. Do not engage in any criminal activity. Do not use or possess illegal drugs. And do not use, purchase, possess, or carry a firearm, gun, weapon, or ammunition. You must immediately surrender any firearms, ammunition, and any concealed weapons permits to the nearest police department and file a receipt with the court. So do you understand that only friendly, nonviolent contact is permitted?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. I mean, I guess there's probable cause for both. During the course of the taking, there was force use. All right, so does he have any priors in this?
There's no, let me see if there's any out of county.
Does he have any priors or no?
Judge, there's no recent priors. There's, the most recent would be, well, there was a controlled substance in 2023, and then after that, it goes back to 20.
Violence. I mean, other than 2016, they got arrested, nothing happened. Okay, fine. I'll set it. What fun you want? You want, I can do. What do you want to set? I can do 1,000 count one, 1,500, I'm sorry, 2,500 count two. Is that good for you?
I think that would be fine, Your Honor.
$1,000 count one, $2,500 count two. There's probable cause for both counts, so listen to what your attorney has to say. Good luck to you both.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Have a nice day. Mr. Montoya, feel free to call the office or have somebody call the office, okay?
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, sir. That's it.
Okay, next case we have is Jasmine Shepard. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Ma'am, arrested for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. I will appoint the public defender's office for you.
Okay.
No, let me review for probable cause. There's probable cause for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. You are ordered to stay away from the alleged victim, Jose Rodriguez. No contact with the victim, either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties. Stay at least 500 feet away from the victim, his home and school, and place of employment at all times. Do you understand? Do you understand the stay away order, ma'am?
Yes, I do.
She has priors? No.
No, Your Honor.
All right. Well, the bond's 5,000. You want me to give her? You want house arrest? I don't know if she wants to wear house arrest given her employment status.
Supposed to bond, Judge.
Yeah, I can make it $3,500. All right, I'll lower it a little.
Thank you.
Have a good day. Stay away from that victim. Next is Berthena Caraway on page 1.
Wardy, Your Honor, reset for tomorrow.
You. Let me appoint. Wait a second. All right, so there's probable cause for count 1 and count 2, and I'll set it for tomorrow. Did you want me to appoint your office, Ms. Corey, or not today?
Yes, please.
Appoint the public defender's office as well. Next, we have Marcel Dual-Nist.
Your Honor, on her misdemeanor, she received a bond of $1. On her traffic, she also received a bond of $1.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon. So you were arrested for trafficking in phenylethamine. I forget what that's the name for. Possession with intent to sell cocaine, attempted tampering with physical evidence, and false information to law enforcement officer. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. So let me review it. All right, so it's MDMA or Molly besides the cocaine, 11 grams.
Judge, I'd ask you to find possession with intent at best. It says approximately.
That's close to a trafficking amount, or is it that's a trafficking amount? Oh, okay, possession with intent to sell.
Yes.
All right. All right, count one, possession with intent to sell the MDMA or Molly. That will be a $7,500 bond. And then count two is possession with intent to sell cocaine. Is he out on felony bond or no? No, it says a misdemeanor pending. It's this case. All right. Count two, possession with intent to sell cocaine. I'll set that at $5,000. And count three, attempted tampering with evidence. There's probable cause for that. $1,000 bond. And count four, the false information or resisting arrest is $500. Have a nice day, sir. Next, we have Benjamin Letta, H2.
He has a fugitive, he's a fugitive from Broward County being held no bond.
Also, stay away from a CSL plasma business or store at structure at 14901 Northeast 6th Avenue in Miami, Florida. All right, good afternoon, Mr. Letta. You were arrested for trafficking in methamphetamine and possession of methamphetamine. Sir, can you afford to, I'll appoint the public defender's office for you. What were you saying about him?
He's a fugitive from Broward County being held no bond, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. All right, there's probable cause for the charge. Count one is, I guess I'll split them. I'll do $10,000 count one and 5,000 count two. Have a nice day, sir. Next on page 3 is Joel Rivero.
Your Honor, he's a fugitive from Orange County, Florida, no bond.
Good afternoon, sir. You were, do you speak English?
Yes.
So you were arrested for possession of cocaine, and it says methamphetamine. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. You had methamphetamine. So you said he is a fugitive warrant, bond's $2,500. Have a nice day. Then there is Daniel Valencia, page 3.
Mr. Valencia is present. He speaks English.
So you were arrested for possession of a controlled substance called methamphetamine and transportation of drug paraphernalia and possession of drug paraphernalia. So public defender's office will be appointed for you.
There's no probable cause for count two, Judge. It's charged in count three.
Just a place to stay?
Yes, Judge.
Services alternate bond, count $1,000. Count two, no probable cause, release outright. And count three is $500. Have a nice day. I'll order him in. I shouldn't have to. It's only, is it? Oh, he's a signal? He's a career criminal, Mr. Valencia? No, you gotta give him tap, sorry. Tap alternate bond. Count one is $1,000, two is release outright. And count three is $500. Let me promote Taff. All right, Mr. Beckles, the case number is F259091.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next is Jefferson Alvarez, page 3. Good afternoon. Mr. Alvarez, sir, you were arrested for an attempted strong-arm robbery and drinking in public in South Miami. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. Yeah, there's probably.
Judge, I'd actually find no probable cause. There was no threat.
No threat, I didn't.
There's no threat. I mean, it sounds like maybe harassing somebody to try to get him to give him something, but there was no threat for anything, Judge.
Gang affiliation. He's with the Spanish gang.
And it's still not a threat, Judge. He might be annoying.
I don't understand.
Annoying is not a crime.
It says that he made threatening comments.
But they don't put anything threatening in it. What you got? Buy me some. That's not threatening. That's somebody uncomfortable with somebody asking for something they don't want to give them. That's discomfort. That's annoying.
I think for probable cause purposes, it mentions that there were threatening remarks made.
Well, without having the threats present in the four corners of the arrest form, there's no factual basis for that conclusion.
That's it right here. What you got? Buy me some, and other profane and hostile remarks.
So that might be, you don't want to give me any? I mean, that doesn't mean that's a threat. That might just mean I'm not happy with you not giving me something right now.
The watch and the money in your wallet, leading him to remove the item and place it in his pocket for safekeeping. So yes.
No threat or violence, Judge, just annoying behavior.
Okay, it's
unwanted behavior.
You are ordered to stay away from John Thorburn, the alleged victim. No contact with the victim, either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties. And you must stay at least 500 feet away from the victim, his home, school, and place of employment at all times. State for don't you need force or violence or threats of violence?
Judge, it mentions here multiple times that there was profane and hostile remarks made. There were threatening comments made. It's the state's position for the purposes of today that that's suitable for probable cause as charged.
So Judge, the arrest form says, made several threatening statements, including, what you got? I'm not sure where the threat is, and what you got? And buy me some. That's not a threat. Buy me some is a threat? Where's the threat?
His aggressive and confrontational manner.
So it sounds like he's annoying, and Mr. Thornburg was not happy with being annoyed or being asked for things that he didn't want to give him.
Okay.
But it does not appear to be a crime.
I'll set his bond at $2,500 on count 1 and the drink public. I'm not sure I know.
Can I speak to you, please?
At a Modelo beer. A can of Modelo beer, who is drinking. All right, that's $1 for count 2. You can't drink in public. What did I say? 2,500 count 1 and $1 count 2. You'll see your, is he at a, he's, oh no, just a straight bond. Good luck to you, sir. Next is Ladarius Livingston on page 3.
Your Honor, he refused again, second refusal.
This is the second refusal, so I guess we'll reset it for tomorrow.
Just to go back on the record for Mr. Alvarez, Judge, I am objecting to your probable cause finding of attempted strong arm robbery when there's been no basis of any threats, force, or violence, Judge. And I would ask for a probable cause hearing to determine what those supposed threatening statements were, since we find none in the arrest form.
I disagree. He made the statements that I gave him the A form back, but he demanding money.
That's not a threat, Judge. You have to use force, violence, or threat, saying, give me some money, give me some food. I'm
Force,
hungry. My kids demand for me all day long, but it's not force, violence, or threats. Give me some dinner. You got $1? Give me $1. Where's the force, violence, or threats?
he's following him, accompanying him to the establishment. Inside the establishment, the employees witnessed to try to de-escalate the situation. He's
Does not rise to the level of a crime, Judge.
aggravated stalking or aggravated stalking. State, what's the better charge? Is it stalking?
Judge, I don't know that it's stalking. It's the state's position.
Into
I'm
this
sorry.
or establishment.
Judge, we have him aggressively and confrontationally demanding food be purchased for him. Then we have him lifting his shirt, implying that he's in implying a gang affiliation. And he's saying that he's with a Spanish gang. He's making several threatening statements. He is using other profane and hostile remarks.
Judge, without having contents of any threat, I see no threat in any of the arrest form, Judge. If there was a threat, I wouldn't make that argument, but there is no threat.
Well, the victim felt threatened and the court's
Well,
finding.
that's not the law. People feel threatened all the time by anybody who's not like them, especially these days. So if we all say, oh, we all feel threatened by anyone, now all of a sudden we're threatened. I mean, that's not sufficient for the law, Judge.
Comes down to a jury question of whether or not, if the state can prove that these are actual threats, but for probable cause.
But what threat? Just writing that there's threatening behavior in the arrest form, but not describing it is not sufficient. I'm just asking for a probable cause hearing, Judge. That's all.
Sir, repeatedly implied a gang affiliation. He said he's with a gang. I think there's enough here.
I'm not sure that's a threat, Judge.
Give me your watch, wallet, and the money in your wallet. And he's following him. I think there is enough.
That's annoying, asking for money.
It's a little bit more than annoying.
Judge, there's no threats of bodily harm.
No, not to me.
It's implied by lifting his shirt and stating he's in a gang by following the victim. So I've already dwelled on
I'm asking for probable cause hearing, Judge.
I think there is probable cause. State, let me hear from you again. Ms. Sturgis, are you there?
I'm here, Judge, and I'm getting the A form again. It's the state's position that for purposes of today, a probable cause finding that there is probable cause here in the narrative. It indicates that the unknown male demanded he purchase food for him in an aggressive and confrontational manner. During that interaction, he's lifting his shirt, repeatedly implying and stating he was with a Spanish gang. The state argues that if he were just asking a mere question for something, he wouldn't need to imply that he's in a gang. He would just say, hey, you want to buy me some food? But instead, he continues to make several threatening statements and other hostile and profane remarks. And it's the state's position that today, for this purpose, that is enough to meet the probable cause standard.
Okay.
And I just don't see any allegation of a threat to do bodily harm.
Okay, I disagree. I think the victim was threatened, felt threatened. His actions coupled with his words amounted to a threat, and that's why I'm setting a bond. I did make it lower than what the suggested amount is of 5,000. I set it at 2,500. In count two, I lowered the drinking in public from $1.50 to $1. Next we have is Ibrahim Campagnera, age 3. He's out on a felony bond. Hold, we have a hold, except for PCH. Except for PCH and refusal. Is Mr. Campagnera here today? Do you have an officer here?
Judge, I don't see that he's here.
Okay, good afternoon, sir. Do you speak English?
Yes, sir.
You were arrested for possession of a controlled substance called methamphetamine. So I don't see probable cause here because the officer didn't state there was methamphetamine in the pipe. So I can reset. You want to call your officer? Otherwise, I may just release him. He's out on bond.
Judge, I tried to do that this morning, but I don't have a phone number for this officer, which is why I had to reset it to this afternoon and try and get a subpoena out in time.
Okay, so I can reset it tomorrow for probable cause one more time. And if they're not ready tomorrow, I'm gonna release them.
Still a hold on F 25 577.
Unfortunately, yes. What about Hector Ramos? Is he there? Good afternoon, Mr. Ramos. You were arrested for, what is that, 2 cases?
Your Honor, I have him out on probation F 24 17356.
What up to stay away orders? You were arrested for grand theft of a dwelling or curtilage, false information to law enforcement. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. So he's stealing a package from somebody's porch. All right, so this package theft was from in April. Was it April 14th? So you are ordered to stay away from the victim, alleged victim, at the property at 14545 Northeast 3rd Court in Miami, Florida. You're not allowed to go to that location and you must stay away from there. And also stay away from the CSL Plasma business at 14901 Northeast 6th Avenue in Miami, Florida. You're not allowed to go to that location either, okay? So he has an open petty theft. He's out on felony bonds. So there should be probation, excuse me, probation. F 24 17356. So you got to see that judge tomorrow. So I'll set a bond count 1, grand theft of the curtilage is $2,500. Count 2, false information to law enforcement is $500. Have a nice day, sir.
And no Nebbia, correct, Judge?
There's no Nebbia, no. Next case we have is George Ortega on page 4. Huh? There's 2 cases.
It was a refusal. I'm not sure if they got your order in time.
I ordered it. Well, we'll be here tomorrow. Corrections, you can't get them now. You want my copy of the order?
It was sent at 1:46.
Oh, I did it at a court late, but by the time they signed it, it was 1:46. Is corrections, are you able to get Mr. Ortega? I did an order for him to appear.
Oh, hold on 1 second.
Okay, while we're waiting, look this back. You got an added charge? What's his, you have his paperwork? The add-on, where's the add-on? Yeah, he's an add-on from earlier, sorry. What's your name again? I forgot.
This is Glenn Vandergrift. The case number is F 259096.
Is he, do you have any paperwork for him? The add-on. Oh, it's here hiding, I got it. Okay, sir. And now, in this case, they arrested you for resisting an officer with violence, but I already found that probable cause in the other case. You want to waive the lawyer's presence?
Yes, I wanted to bail out and hire a lawyer.
Okay, fine. So there's probable cause for the charge. I'm just going to ROR him on this since I found PC in the other case.
And you're not appointing public defender, correct?
No, he can afford to hire an attorney. I just released you on this case. The other case should have had all the charges on there. You didn't need two separate cases, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor. I believe my wife has already paid the bail for the other.
Okay, great. Then it takes them a good 10 to 12 hours to get you out after you post the bail, unless they can get you out quicker. All right.
Understood. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Good day.
Judge, do you want more Mr. Ortega on Zoom or physically present over here?
Well, whatever way you can get him in. Would he like to walk over? Tell him he got a special invitation.
They're gonna Zoom him, Judge.
Corrections on Friday. Is it like a regular weekend or holiday? Miss Corey, are you here on
It's a
Friday?
holiday. It's a holiday, Your Honor.
Yeah. But they're making me work. It's only a county holiday. Miss Corey, are you here? You're taking off.
This Friday, what's this Friday?
Law Enforcement Day.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm here.
Oh.
Are you here?
No, I can't. So I'm trying to see, I got somebody to cover, but I think I need to take a vacation day and get a senior judge. But I don't know if we have to do everything because it's a county holiday, so there's no reason. No, they should just.
It's only one session, Your Honor, and we don't do the fugitives in state.
So what about the misdemeanors? Isn't there a misdemeanor judge to do it?
No.
But there should be. It's not fair. Those judges have to work too. What about domestic violence?
If you're here, Judge, you'll do it all.
No, I'm not gonna be here. I'm gonna be in Wisconsin and protest.
I go with you.
You can go in my place. You think I would? No, it's baseball for the boys in a playoff. All right. So we have to do the juvenile too? You're telling me they're not going to be in juvenile court? It's not a holiday. It's not a state holiday. Whatever. I'm griping at the wrong people. Sometimes they do it. Guess I gotta wait till July 1st for things to change around here. You want me to go off the record? You want me to just reset it for him for tomorrow or what? I don't mind sitting here now. Not like I'm doing anything else.
Whatever you like, Judge.
Well, now it's one less person tomorrow, but whatever. Correct.
You have to go get him, whatever you want to do.
They should be logging on.
Okay, they're logging on. I may need the interpreter for him. Yeah, tell Tony to cut the video till he's here.
Okay, Judge, you're joining now. Mr. Ortega, do you speak English or Spanish?
English,
English?
yes.
Sir, good afternoon. Hi, Mr. Ortega. Good afternoon. Do you speak English?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sir, you got arrested for 2 cases. One of them is possession of a controlled substance called crystal meth. Another one, possession of crystal meth, which should be the same charge. And count 3 is possession of drug paraphernalia. And then the other case is from May 3rd, where you're charged with attempted sexual battery, kidnapping, burglary with an assault or battery, burglary to an occupied dwelling. So I will appoint the public defender's office for you. Your lawyers.
Ortega, please do not make any statements or comments regarding what happened while we're here in court today. Do you understand?
Your Honor.
On the case for F259064, there's probable cause for count 1, possession of crystal meth. Count 2, I think it's charged as a sale or trafficking. There's no probable cause count 2. And count 3, there's probable cause for possession of drug paraphernalia. So count 1, possession of crystal meth is $2,500. And count 2, where'd he go? Count 2, possession with intent to sell is a release outright.
I'm okay with $1, Judge.
Count 2, $1, okay. And count 3, the drug paraphernalia is $500. Then to the other case, the more serious case, there's probable cause for all the charges of the what's listed. So state filed, first of all, I'm going to order that you stay away from the alleged victims whose initials are EC, JJ, and BY. No contact with any of those alleged victims, either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties. And no contact with the victims through social media or other electronic means. You must stay at least 500 feet away from the victims, their home and school and place of employment at all times, and stay away from their apartment building at 145 Southwest 13th Street in Miami, Florida. So you're not allowed to go to that location. You have to stay away from the victims. So the state filed a motion for pretrial detention pending final hearing pursuant to Florida Statute 907.041. As to count 1, it's a first-degree felony. State, is that, you're filing the motion on that or no? Not as to count 1. I'm the set of bond on count 1.
Judge, yes, I'm sorry, I was on mute.
Oh, okay. You filed it as to what? The attempted sexual battery? All
correct. That is an enumerated offense. So counts 1, 2, and 3, the motion applies to.
Oh, okay.
All first-degree felonies, all enumerated offenses in the statute.
They're all considered dangerous crimes. So count one will be no bond for attempted sexual battery. Count two, kidnapping is also no bond. And count three, burglary with an assault or battery is also no bond. And count four, the burglary to the occupied dwelling, there's probable cause for that. That's a $15,000 bond. So you're going to see a judge tomorrow, and that judge will set a final hearing of the state's motion for pretrial detention. So, Ms. Corey, anything else for him?
No, Mr. Ortega, Laura will be reaching out to you to speak to you about your case, okay?
Okay.
Thank
Good
you.
day. That's it for the afternoon calendar. Hope everybody has a nice day. I'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.